TRPE. The realest podcast ever, realest podcast ever. Two brothers bringing thinking on a second level. Music, sports, fashion, politics, and the streets. The best 2 hours out of every week. YDN, dinosaurs, and YBODs. Real talk every time, this is what you need. We just out here popping shit. It's your boy C. Diddy and Matt makes me sick. TRPE, TRPE, go. TRPE, TRPE, go. They know. The realest podcast ever. Woo, woo. The realest podcast ever.
Jim for me.
Oh yeah. We back. Episode 79.
Shoot.
Realest podcast ever. This is Chad.
I'm mad. I spaced out that fucking fast.
Like, hold on. Did I leave the stove on? Shit. No, I didn't. All right, I'm back. Yeah, we back, man. I just want to start by saying last week I was like super duper dead. Y'all all know by now, like I worked the fucking weekends and shit. I was like very lethargic. Shout out to Matt for last week though. He LeBron James'd the podcast.
I honestly didn't peep it till you said something about it.
I was dead.
Yeah,
I was dead. So you know what I did today? Made sure I got up a little earlier, started my day sooner, got me some nice Japanese cuisine.
I just was fucking around on Snap about you with the chopsticks. It's like, I see your shit.
Got the number 1 drink in the black community, Canada Dry Ginger Ale.
Yeah, whenever you sick, gotta get a Canada Dry.
and I'm back, man. So, World Star Matt is here.
Oh Lord, please,
Mr. Viral.
Yeah, people been bugging, man.
Matt turned into a motivational speaker. In 1 week, he didn't even ask. I didn't ask for this motivational speaker life.
Oh.
It chose me.
I was in the gym the first day after. I'm in the gym and I heard somebody from across the gym like, "What up, World Star?" I'm like, "Saying it." You know what I'm saying? Saying it. Just so you know, don't do that. But yeah, man. I don't even know. Cause I wasn't even on IG when the shit it sparked on Twitter, of course, and you know, I got people coming at me like trying to start businesses and everything.
Nigga straight told Matt, what you need to do is capitalize on this moment.
He unfollowed me yesterday.
Yeah, because we talked about this ad nauseum on the show. The American dream is taking your friend's success and capitalizing off of it. However, he's not your friend, so he's missing a vital component of the American dream by just being some random creepy ball in your DM.
Yeah. But yeah, I posted a picture on Twitter the same way I do all my joints. I've that same caption, in Who Cares News.
Yeah,
I've done it I don't understand why this one for some reason just went.
Yeah,
you know,
all it takes is the right person to retweet it, and then it's off into viral land.
Yeah, and I wasn't on IG when the shit happened. Like my page was disabled. Whatever.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers just start I've got a couple text messages like, I see you on World Star, LOL, and I just like, all right, like I
what can I do now?
No, I really just like thought it was like, cause like motherfuckers was like, yo, I see you on ESPN. Remember the big boy with the Cowboys shit on? Like that wasn't me, but I just thought it was like.
Or the time I was like, yeah, my bro Matt on Jimmy Fallon playing the drums.
Exactly, some shit like that. So I just was like, oh, whatever. And then Luck texted me like, yeah, I see you on World Star, cracking the fuck up, and I'm like, I wonder what boy done did. You know what I'm saying? That I'm keep hearing this
what
shit.
Big Terrio done did now.
Exactly. Then Jazz, a fucking podcast, Jazz called me and she was like, yo, you know you're on World Star. And I'm like, I haven't gotten my ass whooped recently. So what? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, hold on. I went on the website, like World Star. I'm like, I'm on World Star. I don't see that. She was like, how old are you? What, you still go to the website? I'm like, I don't fucking know.
How old are you?
And at that moment, my homie from work texted me like, yo, cuz they got you on World Star. And I'm like, what is happening on this Instagram? You know what I'm saying? So I logged in and then I seen it. I'm like, oh, okay. And I posted it like being funny. But yeah, I didn't think it was going to go to where it's like,
shit went.
I'm getting counseled now on how to move on social media. This shit is fucking insane.
Fucking Kevin Durant liked it.
Yeah, like I don't know. You know, like, cause to me it's like you know, like I told you the other day, there are people who sit around gunging that try to
like,
go.
All right, so I'm gonna say bitches ain't shit.
Yeah,
and then my man gonna come in and say, don't call her a bitch. Right. And then my mom gonna say, both of y'all some nut ass niggas. And then I'm gonna karate chop my mom.
Like it's people.
That's all I got so
it's
far.
It's people who try to go viral. So that wasn't. That's you don't think about it. If you have 1,500 followers, you don't expect this shit to go to 30 million people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's funny that I was saying it to y'all, like how you can find the analytics for just about anything now.
Yeah.
Like it's just amazing that like in the analytical era, people really still don't understand like all of this data is used to track and monitor and
What people really don't understand about social media is they don't give a fuck about you gathering with your friends on some network and having a good time. What it is that they're building online communities where people congregate and are, so they can turn around and say to some company somewhere, give me money to advertise on this platform because all these fucking people are here. Or better yet, my company should be worth XYZ amount because I can broadcast whatever propaganda or message I want to this number of fucking people at a given time. Like I can blast, Twitter could blast out a message and reach almost 1 billion people. Facebook can blast out a message and reach fucking 2-3 billion fucking people. That shit is powerful. And that's the part of like social media that people don't understand. And that's why like when Facebook has issues with like privacy leaks and like shit like that, it's like it's a big fucking deal because this is an online profile to you, but really it's your life attached to this shit depending upon how you use your social media. So to some people it's a big fucking deal.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Shout out Banks. We was talking about that today at the gym or whatever, and it's wild because now our job is like employing this whole social media thing where they're on like, don't do this, don't say this, basically like they're monitoring Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And I'm just like, it's a First Amendment right as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't about to tell me what the fuck to say and not to, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. But like it's wild. Like the power, I really saw that shit this week to where it's like I told you, like real live situations was hitting me up like, yo, we want to have you come in and I'm just like, oh.
We have an infrastructure in place already. We just need to insert the success story, which is you.
Yeah, and Rob was like, yo, you gonna fuck around and end up on Subway slinging hoagies. I was like, yo, like real fucking shit. But I'm looking at it now, it's at 17.7 for the 17,759,512 impressions.
Crazy.
4.19 engagements. 3.4, no, those are total engagements. 3.4 media engagements, 382,000 likes, and 86,000 profile clicks. So it's like, yeah, like one motherfucking joint go.
86,000 people saw your profile. That's crazy.
And it's like, it's insane that I'm like the shit in the gym the other day. The Dunkin' Donuts on my field. Look how funny this shit was. Dunkin' Donuts on Broader Christian, right? So I go in there. I wanted a donut because I'm like, I ain't had a donut in a minute, and I like the old fashioned joints that they got in there. So I walk in there or whatever. Boy, he worked there, I guess. Like he worked because he had a shirt on. He worked there, and there was like two his homies in there. They playing music, nigga workers, and they do whatever they want.
Break dancing in the back and such.
So I walk in, I'm gonna use the bathroom and I want to get a donut. So I walk and use the bathroom. I come out the bathroom, they all looking at the phone. He was like, bullshit. He was like, yo, this you, bro? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, yo, that's crazy. Like, I keep seeing this shit. I'm like, damn, that look like Bull drive the fucking bus being here. I'm like, yeah. He was like, you don't want nothing, right? I'm like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't eat this shit.
Born shit. I don't eat this shit.
So I left. I'm mad as shit. Like, damn.
Foiled again.
Yeah. So this was Friday night. So yesterday, I do the 27-2, but I do an earlier Jones. So it's daylight out. Normally I work nighttime and shit. Saturday I work in the morning, 9 to 9. So I come in. My trip when I get downtown like 11:30, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go get that fucking donut today. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no way all these niggas is at work today.
So I walk in. It's older like Islamic looking chick. Cause she got the what's it called the hijab on, and then it's two young black girls working or whatever. So I walk in. I'm let me use the bathroom real quick. Cause I'm just the layover and shit. So I walk in, use the bathroom. I come out. And I'm going to get in the line. The black chick was like, Mr. Scepter Driver, I saw you on World Star. Yo, like, that's crazy. I'm like, damn, I see him all the time. I'm just like, yeah, I'm out. I'm like, I'm never going to get this fucking donut. I come back down. I'm gonna pay somebody to come the fuck in here for me.
He was like, "Hey, homeless boy, let me talk to you for a
And
second."
Fiend, get yourself something. Go ahead, give me an old
Listen,
fashioned
man, the
donut.
donut is $1.59, man. I'm gonna give you $4, man. Get yourself something, man. I can't even buy a donut in peace.
Shit is wild. I walked today. I went in the Rite Aid. I was going to get fucking Tylenol because my wrist was killing me. I go in and get the Tylenol. I'm at the counter. It's a boy waiting on me, and it's a chick over here, like at the other cashier. She's like, "I saw you on World Star." I'm just like, I don't want any donuts. So cool. You know what I'm saying? What's up? But yeah, the shit apparently, like, motherfuckers were sending, like, it was on more pages than that. Like, it was on all these health pages. I was just like,
Holy shit.
And it's weird because, older folk who don't really understand the internet, they see it and they just like, what did you do to get, and I'm just like, no.
Nothing.
Like,
I did what I do every day.
I didn't say it. And that was the part that kind of irritated me a little bit with you and Carl. Like, y'all my niggas, so it's like we really chat. But I'm just like, for me, it's nothing to get in front of because I'm at work. Like I'm doing the same shit I do every goddamn day. So it's like, oh, well, the internet can be cruel and they can be mean. And I'm just like, I mean, not really, because me, I'm more so left. I had to like stop people that we know from like arguing with people in the world. So I'm like, yo, physically.
Yo, my favorite joint was still bald though.
No, the best one was the tie. Did you see that one?
No.
Oh my God. I'm gonna show you the picture just so you could really, really get what the fuck I'm saying. See the picture? Somebody commented, did the black tie on the left lose weight too? Fam. It looked like my undershirt is a big ass tie.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong with people,
Fam,
man?
I fell the fuck out on it. It took me a couple seconds to understand, like, the fuck is he talking? I'm like, oh, the shirt looked like a big ass tie. I fucking died off of that
Yo,
one, dog.
people are fucking retarded.
Creative as shit when it comes to them comments or whatever. But yeah, I had so many people ask me like what made me do it, what so I guess that's what we're going into or whatever. All right, so
because let's just be clear, we've discussed this on the show before.
We have.
You've talked about, your weight loss journey and all that, and you was having health problems and blah, 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 and, you went and got some tests ran, and they said, you need to do what?
Well, I was going to go before that.
Okay.
Shit. But I've dealt with weight my whole life. Like we Americans, like a lot of people have. People might not have been to my extent, but this is what I was saying to the one person that I actually had a couple conversations with people the other day, like in the DMs and shit, where it was like they were so compelling with it wasn't just like stupid, yo, what you do? It was just like we were having conversations about life and shit like that. Yeah. So I've been overweight my whole life, pretty much. Like you see my early pictures from when I was 7 or 8. I was overweight. I was an overweight kid. So I was saying to the one girl the other day, I was overweight, like morbidly obese for as long as I could possibly, like as long as you could do it. Like Dirk's in his 21st year, and it's like, we
up there.
We letting you ball because you Dirk. You know what I'm saying? Same with D Wade. But like realistically, you finished, and that's where being overweight got for me. Like I did it for as long as I could do it, and I was always popular. I always had friends, girls, smelt good. It wasn't my life wasn't in fucking shambles from me being that, but my body just started breaking down to where it's just like, I can't keep this shit on me no more. You know what I mean? So it's like, you look at like high school. Like for me, when I started out with this whole weight loss shit, I had 2 goals. One was to lose 200 pounds, and one was to be under 300. I've never been under 300 as an adult. When I was in 12th grade, I was 17, I weighed 303. So I've never been under 3. And I know that sounds crazy for somebody like you, but there are a lot of people out here who have...
Oh, for sure. It's a whole TV infrastructure built around people losing weight.
And people like lying. That's another thing I've realized too when it comes to like weight. They'll lie to themselves so much that they'll like come outside and like believe. Like I'll see women and they'll be like, I weigh 170, and I'll be like, bitch,
you 230, sis.
Do you not know? Like I know what 170. You know what I'm saying? Like you tripping. Like I know men who are small that weigh 210. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're bugging. And I kind of had got to that point where it was just like, I don't really weigh 375. I don't really weigh 400. You know what I'm saying? To where it's just like, no, you really do weigh this. Right. You know what I mean? So for me, that was the two joints. I wanted to be under 200, and I wanted to lose 200. I was under 200. Jesus Christ. I wanted to lose 200, and I wanted to be under 300 pounds.
Got you.
Haven't hit either one of them. So, and that's why I was saying, like, the other day, like, with Carl, I'm like, I haven't even hit none of my goals. So it's like me, I'm not even, like, really, like,
Yeah, it's just for you. It was just a progress report.
like, for me, it's not even like a because, and even still, I probably won't even be on that tip. But that wasn't what it was, and I ain't wanted to be misconstrued for that.
Right.
So you look after high school, and this is the thing with like weight loss on your body. When you overweight and you 17, whatever. You know what I'm saying? State property in Rockaware went up to fucking 6X, and you don't even realize.
It was a different time.
It was the greatest time. It was the great best of times. Was the worst of times. Like me and you go and get the same Rockaware coat. Avarex went to 5X.
Yeah.
Fucking Fat Farm went to 4X. What else was we wearing? Avarex, Fat Farm, State.
Sean John.
Sean John went to like 22X. Literally, it was just you could fit everything.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like maybe like the last 7 or 8 years where everything became designer this, designer that you just like
3X is your pinnacle.
and
it's
the
over.
3X is a 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a 3X is a 1.8.
Right.
For real.
Yeah.
But back you 17, 18 and you overweight, whatever. Beans is huge and he run the city.
Yeah.
Me and Beans is the same size. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. You fast forward 5 years. Now you 24. In that 5 years, you done put on 40 pounds. Don't seem like a lot, 8-9 pounds a year.
Right.
You'll put on 40 pounds. So it's like, boom, I looked up at 24, I was like 360. You know what I'm saying? 350, 360. But still, you still move, you still active.
Right.
I was still playing ball every day. Like when I was young boy, I played basketball, football, baseball. I got soccer awards. Like I played every fucking sport. Yeah, I was on the track team, not running, but
Shot
the field.
putting,
Yeah, I was in the middle, not around the perimeter. But yeah, it's like I did all that shit, and it's like as time goes on, you become less active, especially once you become like an adult and start working. And that's the. I was telling Banks that shit today. I'm appreciative of the job and shit, being there. You figure that I'm in there 10 years now, whatever. But sitting on my ass
Make you real
all
stagnant.
day and just you driving from the McDonald's at Broughton Olney to the KFC at Cheltenham Mall. That's it.
Yeah.
And you get sucked into a lifestyle pause of just, I'm going to just get something at KFC on my third break. If I get a little hungry, it's a Dunkin' Donuts and a McDonald's at Broughton Olney, so I run over there. And before you know it, you eating terrible, you drinking terrible, you get off work, you exhausted, so you're not going to the gym. Right. You barely walking throughout the day. You taking the escalator and the elevator every motherfucking where, and that's kind of where I got. Fast forward 5 more years, now I'm 30 almost. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I done put on another 60 pounds to where it's like I looked up and it was like, I'm 430. You know what I'm saying? 435, 430. I remember getting on the scale seeing this shit like, damn, I'm 435. I was like, I don't feel the way they tell you like 435 is supposed to feel.
You didn't feel that way.
I don't feel that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in Miami. You know what I'm saying?
And I remember a few years ago, you had lost a bunch of weight.
I did. And I started eating a little better, drinking a little better. I stopped drinking liquor. I stopped smoking. I stopped slowed down on the fried food, all of that shit. Now, here's where I got fucked up at, and a lot of people go through this too. I tore my Achilles. So when you go through, remember when I had the boot and all that shit?
Yeah.
So when you go through an injury that sidelines you as far as health, and then you compound it with me just being a terrible eater for like the history of my life.
Yeah.
And then you're not active, you're not moving. Then what fucked me up even more was that whole time period, I was out of work. I was playing poker every motherfucking night. So now I'm in a casino 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. We eating pizza all times of night, cheesesteaks every motherfucker. Because you eating in the casino. Casino food's awful, but you got comp, so it's free shit. And again, you sitting on your ass. And now I can't move and work out because I got this big dumbass boot on me. So it's just like I was eating, I wasn't working out, back eating, back drinking. And I dealing with the stress of my job, a lot of shit in my life, like my mother dying, shit I experienced as a kid, I just never really let go. I ain't gonna hold you. I slipped into like straight depression. Like 2015 was like the roughest year on earth for me. Like 14 was when I popped my Achilles, was out the whole 14, came back to work in 15, and my mental was just so scared. I straight went back out of work. I wasn't even hurt or sick. I just was like, I'm not fit. I went back out of work. Me and Leah stopped fucking with each other. Like it was a rough little time period. And you eat. You find comfort in that shit. Right. At least for me. I can't speak for everybody else. But it's like, I remember eating a box. The little Pop-Ums? The Inimums, they buy one, get one free. Dog, it's a trap, I'm telling you. I ate a box of them Jones one day in the car. Like, leaving the supermarket, just ate it. Like, I got home and the box was empty, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I know I dropped some of these motherfuckers around. Like, straight could eat knock a box of them off. Yeah. And it's just like, your eating gets that out of control. You start drinking again. You start smoking again. Like, I was straight smoking weed while, like, I don't want to incriminate myself for getting in no trouble, but just I was bugging, you know what I'm saying? And I looked up, this was last year. It literally, what fucked me up the most was I went to the gym. We went to the gym. We was going to PSC on the Parkway. We got in there maybe like 10 minutes in. I thought I was having a heart attack. Like, I just couldn't move. Like, my knees were, like, on fire. My lower back was on fire. And I was just like, I was almost like having the shakes. And I just was like, I'm about to, like, die in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And I remember sitting in the studio, because you could play music and shit. I was sitting in the studio just listening to music. Ra was running around. Lee was running around. Maul was in there. Like, it was a bunch of us that went. And I just was like, on my phone.
Like, it's over today.
Yeah. Today was not a success. Talk today. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I was just chilling on my phone. And I felt so just, like, terrible. Like, everything felt awful. And then I went to the doctor. I got on a scale. I was 507.
Damn.
Right. I was 507. And my doctor brought me in, and he just was like, yo, listen. Because me and him friends on Facebook and shit. He's just like, you're hilarious. You're funny. Your personality is just, you're an amazing guy. And I get, the stance you've been on. Because I always would, like, ignore the gastric bypass. Like, I'd hear it, but I'd be like, I ain't worried about that. Whatever. He was like, listen, you aren't going to live to 40. And I was like, what you mean? And he was like, you aren't going to live to 40. He was like, you have high blood pressure. You have sleep apnea. You're pre-diabetic. You have a heart condition. And you're carrying 500 pounds. You aren't going to live to 40 years old. You're 33. It's just the reality of it. Do you want to live past 40 or do you not want to live past 40? And it's as weird as it sounds, I had kind of conceived it. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, the fuck I need to do, Pat. Like, I've done everything. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's just a weird-ass way of looking at it. And that's how I know, like, I watched that 600-Pound Life. I be like, I can understand the mental that them motherfuckers be having and shit like that. Because it's like, even hearing that, I came out of the doctor's office, and I went across, it's a pizza place across the street. I went across the street and had like 3 slices of pizza. Right. And
like, fuck what he talking about.
Yeah, let me get 2 pepperoni, 1 sausage. You know what I'm saying? Put them in there. Keep them in there, because I'm like a
little crispy.
Exactly. Fuck what he talking about. And I was watching one of them shows, and it made me start thinking about my mom. And my family has heart on my mom's side. Like my grandpa, my grandma, my mom, like they all passed from massive heart attacks. And then on my dad's side is diabetes. You know what I mean?
Like my mom's side is straight hypertension. All of them.
The UVC, all of that shit, it runs. You know what I mean? So it's like, like I just sat one day and started thinking about her and everything, and it just, I broke down crying. Like I fell apart. You know, like that shit is real. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And
Take your time, bro.
No, it's real. Like I've been to the lows, like the pits with it. You know what I mean? And I had a talk with Lee, my pop, my sisters. I spoke to y'all, and I just was like, I got to do this shit because I got to get into a better space. And I finally made the decision. Went to the seminar, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna do this shit. And it's weird. I don't want to say it's easy because it's not. Because it's more mental than it is physical.
Gotcha.
Like wanting to eat better and wanting to live a better lifestyle, work out a little bit more, that shit you can just do. But when you have to tap into why do I weigh 500 pounds? Or like why do I weigh 600? So
Yeah.
you have to. It's issues that you haven't
Yeah,
dealt
it's a lot of unresolved issues.
And for me, it was my mom, and I really never let it go. Like, even going through all of that shit. You know, when you going through something, your mom is your
everything.
That's the person who makes it right.
When you have a good mother, your mom is your everything.
You know, like they touch it, it feels better. You know what I'm saying? And I just never really accepted that I'm not gonna be able to do that shit no more. And once I went to therapy, like, because they make you do that shit.
Yeah.
And I just let a lot of shit go. Like, a lot of people I didn't like just had ill like thoughts toward. I let all that shit. Because why am I carrying this shit? You know what I'm saying? I'm already a nickel. Why am I carrying extra dumb shit? And I let everything go. And I went ahead and I had a gastric bypass. And it's like the greatest fucking decision I ever made. Because fuck what you look like. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Right.
I didn't realize I wasn't sleeping right until after the shit. Like, the fact that I now don't have sleep apnea and I sleep.
Yeah.
It's like, I look back like, how the fuck was I even like working and shit? Like I did that shit for years on like no rest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you was literally burning, but you was burning the wick of your candle out and
literally.
not even realizing it.
What they say, burning it at both ends?
Burning
and all
at both ends. And at some point, you was going to fucking collapse. Like, that PSC situation was like a mini collapse. It was like a precursor to like a something bigger.
And I'm talking about like just shit that I like when they told me about the cardiomyopathy thing. I walk up steps and my heart is like, my chest is pounding,
like going crazy.
and it almost like it you know, like somebody give you a body shot or something. That's how it feel. Like, what the fuck? Like, but that shit was my heart trying its hardest to like pump, and it wasn't pumping right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that shit really, really just, it became like, nah, like I kind of got to do this shit because I got to get this weight off so I can get back active. And I don't want to put that shit out there like having a bypass is like you have it and that's the end all be all and you straight. Because that's what a lot of people think. Because I was once like that ignorant of it. And it's really not. But they make you do a diet before you do the shit. So I had to go on this diet. Couldn't have shit. It's wild. I lost like 25 pounds doing the diet.
Just diet, right.
Just because you can't really have shit. You just got to stay under like 1,000 calories.
Yeah, I remember you telling me like you couldn't have no type of processed sugar.
Nothing.
And
like you literally, it's literally salad, light salad dressing, water.
You was Safari in the meme.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Eating fucking
eating spring mix.
Spring mix like a panda and shit, all stupid. But yeah, like you do that shit, and then the surgery itself is not drawing. It was my first time ever.
Is it an outpatient or inpatient?
It's an inpatient.
Okay.
Inpatient, like when you stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we went there on. It was funny as shit because they actually take you into the room. You be awake. Like I've never had a surgery. Even when the Achilles shit, they was like it's gonna fuse on its own, so it wasn't a full blowout. So they didn't need to like surgically repair it. So he was like, we're gonna put you in a cast and it's gonna fuse on its own. You know what I'm saying? So I've never had a actual surgery. Even when I got my teeth taken out, they like sedated me, but not fully under or whatever. You come into the pre-surgery room, whatever. You put the gown on. You got to scrub, do all this shit, get in the bed. They put the IV in, and the drug, like literally, it's like the best high you've ever had. And they wheel me into the room, and I could see the surgery lights, all the utensils. I'm like, whoa, why the fuck? Like, why y'all ain't knock me out before y'all bring me in here? They're like, oh, you'll be asleep too. And I'm up, so I'm just like, yo, this shit not working because I'm awake. Don't cut me. Like, don't touch me.
do this.
Don't touch, because I can still feel shit. And they like, no, trust me, you'll be fine. It was like you slide over off the bed that they rolled you in onto the
Surgical table.
I'm talking about the second you touch it. I woke up in the recovery room. Like it was that.
They like relax, big man. We've been doing this longer than you.
And literally, they make you get up and walk because what it is, they blow your stomach up with gas so that they can do the procedure or whatever.
Yeah. And
then to get the gas out, you got to move around. Basically, you're trying to fart to get the gas out of you and shit. That's where the discomfort. But as far as it didn't hurt at all. But my pain threshold might be a little higher. I've heard people saying that they didn't like it or whatever.
Yeah.
Me, I was. The lady was like, you're the most up person I think we've ever had in here after the surgery. She's like, some people don't even get out of bed. She was like, at this point, you're becoming annoying. Because I was out in the hallway like, yo, can you go get me some cough drops? Like, I was straight like annoying the shit out of them that night. And then the next night was the game 4 of the final. In fact, what game was it? It was game 4 because that was a joint when LeBron walked off with like 4 minutes left and shit. Yeah. But I ordered the game. It was like 15 motherfuckers in my room because nobody wanted to pay for the game.
Right.
It was like,
I got something insurance.
Yeah,
Put the game
like,
on.
yo, can I get the game? It's like, it's $9. I'm like, put this shit on my bill. Come on. But all the nurses, a couple motherfucking other patients, my room was packed. We was in there watching the game.
Having a view party.
Yeah, game 4 of the finals and shit. And then I came home, and the first week I was miserable. Like, flat out. You remember.
Yeah.
I snapped on Lee mom. Like, I'm talking about, like, I was talking crazy. And I, like...
About to get put out the family.
I straight told her what did I tell her? I was hangry. And she was like, what the hell is that? I'm like, when you hungry and angry at the same time, it's hangry. I was pissed because you feel like you can eat, but you can't eat.
Yeah.
Like, if you do this,
Full.
you're gonna be sick. Like that fast, you're sick. But you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
All you can have is sugar-free water ice, sugar-free Jell-O, and fucking cream of soup, cream of mushroom, and they all stink. Cream of mushroom, cream of ass, all that shit. Soups is just terrible.
Cream of toe jam.
Yeah, cream of just bullshit. Soup, that's all you can have. So I did that shit for like a week, and you don't realize food, the carbohydrates, the vitamins, the calciums, all of that shit you get from, even when you eating bad, you get
It's still some nutritional value
you
in
get
there.
nutrients from food. So when you're not eating anything, you are weak. Like, I standing up hurt. You remember the Roots picnic? I was like, yeah, I'm getting the fuck out. I straight bounced on there. I'm out. I left, hell, yo, I'm out of here. Because you weak. Like, you can't stand up. You can't function. So, I went through it. And the first 2 months, I lost like 82 pounds. And then it was like, I felt better as far as like walking. Going up the steps didn't like tear me the fuck apart.
Yeah, it wasn't like pending doom.
Yeah, exactly. So I started going to the gym. I started out fucking with the pool, actually. And the pool is like the best shit for your body. I started going to the pool like every motherfucking day. Just walking, not even swimming, just walking in the motherfucking pool. And then before I realized it, my legs started tightening up, my arms was tightening up. You started seeing it in your face and everything. And then people like, yo, you look, and you don't really pay attention till you see the side by side pictures. That's when it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And you figure it's been 8 months since the surgery, almost 12 all in all, because they'll make you do a 3-month diet. Some Jones will make you do a 6-month diet, you know what I'm saying? Depending on your insurance and what they want from it or whatever. But all in all, I'm down. When I started, I was 507. That was my heaviest. And I got on the scale the other day, I was 319. So, what is that? 7 would be 200 plus 2, 188. 188.
188.
188. That was pretty. That's so I'm down 188 pounds. And it's like, it's wild because Maul asked me the other day, like, damn, like, you closing in on 200, how do you feel? And I'm just like, I mean, I feel good. And it's like, Luck was saying that the other day. Luck was like, yo, you really, like, you shed a whole person. And it's like, you don't even have, like, an excitement to it. Like, and I'm just like, it's not that I don't have an excitement to it, but it's just, I don't want to diss my old self because I liked me. Yeah. I always felt decent about myself, but I got to a point where I understood I can't function like this anymore.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, the world we live in is overweight. Everyone's overweight. Like, motherfuckers don't even realize that you're kind of, like, we just all,
sure.
as far as what
definitely overweight.
As far as what the chart says, We're all like, it's just America's fucked off. We love fast food. We love food, period. We got food networks, diners, drive-ins, and dives. Fucking
Got
all
a 24-hour news cycle, shit all fucking on the TV, keeping you up. You're not
it's
sleeping
24-hour food, fast food.
Yeah.
Like we fucked off as a people when it comes to food. So but I understand overindulging now. Like the other day we went to breakfast. I got they had chicken sausage, like a grits and chicken sausage.
Chicken sausage is the GOAT, by the way.
It is very good. That was my first time ever having it. It's real good. I got like a chicken and sausage shrimp bowl.
Okay.
I ate like half of it, and I got like a side of potatoes. I ate like half of them and a couple sips of water, and I was done. Yeah. And I look back on how I used to eat.
Power through 4 of them, Jones.
Yo, listen, I would dead ass go and get 2 meals. Like I would go, like we would go to breakfast. Give me the breakfast burrito and give me the breakfast quesadilla. Let's go. And I need a refill on my Coke. You know what I'm saying? While you at it, you know, like I could eat. I could really pack the food away, and you realize like that shit just not normal. Yeah, you know, it was funny as shit right after the surgery. This was maybe like 2 months after when like and that's nothing. You're restricted on food for like the first 50 days, so you can't eat certain shit. You can't do certain things, and you know you will fuck up. You can't drink. They tell you can't drink within 30 minutes of eating, or vice versa. So say you want to eat at 2 o'clock, you need to finish drinking at 1:30.
Damn.
Because your situation is almost, they compare it to like a funnel. Like if you pour too much into the funnel.
Come back up.
That's the way it is. Yeah. So you get done drinking at 1:30, eat at 2. You get done eating, you drink a half hour after you get done eating. I fucked up one day at my depot. I ate a half of a chicken wing and drunk right after it. I was in the bathroom throwing up. That shit is real.
Damn.
Like you think you hear it and you like,
man, ain't no way. The human body don't work that way. No, nigga.
I'm telling you, you break a chicken wing in half. I broke it in half and ate the shit and started sipping because I'm talking, not realizing what I was doing. I started sipping the protein water, and I'm just like, I think I'm about to throw the. Sure enough, fucking 5 minutes later, like, and it's that like that shit is real. So you got to follow the journal. You will get sick, and. A lot of people have hit me up, like not the bullshit from the World Star, but like just people we know and people who follow me. And I answer pretty much every question, and I'll talk to you. You want me to roll with you? Like motherfuckers make me like, yo, come with me to the seminar. I'll go with you. I've gone to 2 of them already. Like, you know, even my surgeon, he just like, yo, I want you to come in and talk to the people because you speak so well and just you can get your point across without all the nut shit. And I was like, you know, I'll come in and do it. Like I'm all for bettering yourself. Right. And you gotta just, for me, what I did was I was able to take a step back, like, listen. They're going to talk about you regardless. That's just the way the world works. If that bother you, you know, go to Mars. You know, it's just, it's Earth. It's nothing you can do. You've got to be able to separate yourself from that dumb shit and be like, listen, I'm just trying to stay alive. I'm not trying to be on the cover of GQ. I mean, it'd be nice, but I ain't trying to be on the cover.
I'll take it.
You know what I'm saying? The whole World Star shit the other day, all the motherfuckers, I get it. Motherfuckers like, oh, you an inspiration. Damn, you inspire me. That part is dope. The big tie, all that goofy shit, I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying? But you have to understand that it's not a miracle fix thing. Like you have to work. Right. You have to like watch what you, because I know a lot of people who've had it and they were still overweight. People gained a bunch of weight back. And they say it's only a 5% success rate. And now my surgeon and my nurses and shit, they like, you're doing exceptionally well. Because they was like, they had me on track to do 150 in 7 months. I did 150 in like 4.5. Yeah. So he was just like, yeah, you're doing like exceptional compared to what we, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, I got 12 more pounds to 200. 200, yeah. That's like, damn, I lost 200. That's nuts. You know what I mean? And then for me, getting under 3 is, I don't care if I get to 299. I'm partying like fucking Prince. You know, because for me, knowing that I got on a scale at one point in my life and saw a 5, like a number that started with a 5. Right. If I can get on a scale and see a number that starts with a 2, I'm good with it. You know what I'm saying? So, and then like I said, for me, it's more the internal shit. I feel better. I breathe better. I went to the gym before I came here. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even remote. I could go to work right now. Yeah. And you don't realize just how much that shit play into it. Like, I get off work, I got mad energy. just mad, energetic. I want to do something. I'm fucking like a champ. I don't know if I just should have said that, but you feel that shit just all the way around. My knees don't ache. Yeah. My fucking ankles don't hurt. My lower back don't hurt. Like, it's just a better way of life. And if Gucci can get their shit together, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
have this money for you.
I'm gonna get a couple shirts, you know what I'm saying? But y'all got work to do over there. But yeah, so no, that's my spiel, I guess. You know, it's like, trust and believe me, at one point I was a nickel and was probably the most out of shape person out here. Yeah. And you know, now I'm just, I don't know, like, I just going to the gym, and it's just, I watch what I eat, the sugar, and that's another thing too. I realized just how bad sugar is.
It's literally like, the worst
honestly,
shit
I
ever.
think the sugar might be the fried food, the eating late, portion control, all these different things people want to focus on. Now that I can't have it, and that's the difference between the bypass and the sleeve. The biggest difference between the two. The bypass makes sugar literally like you will keel over and be sick as shit if you ingest too much of it. Yeah. With the sleeve, you can still have sugar and shit like that. That's the biggest difference between the two. The bypass literally clips your cravings for sugar. I understood it. I said it on here. Cake, cookies, Pepsi, pies. Now I'm talking about like the sweets. Oh, the sweets. Danish shit. Anything that I used to go to Wawa, get them glazed old-fashioned, bruh. Like, I eat 3 of them Jones anything that was sweet just had a boatload of sugar in it. It was, remember when 50 was like, I love you like a fat kid love cake? I felt seen. I was like, yo, how did he know? 50 must have been fat. How did he know? What the fuck did he know that? But no, that shit is real. And then once you factor in the sodas and the juices, you will literally take in 500 grams of sugar in a day. If you want some just fat shit, eating cake all day and drinking soda all day, now that I can't have it and I don't have it, I've realized just how bad the shit is. Yeah. And just, remember Kool-Aid?
Oh,
like,
man.
Yo, we used to make that shit like with
that shit is food coloring in water.
Yo, with a potato sack of sugar. The sugar be upside down and you still be mixing that shit in. And you be like, dog, that shit
but
is...
like, it ain't sweet enough.
It ain't sweet enough. Open the new sugar. Like, real talk.
Straight old-fashioned granulated sugar, like processed fucking sugar.
Real talk.
Just dumping it in your fucking
and that shit,
colored water.
Now that I, like, when you with the bypass, the thing is they want you to, you're not supposed to go over anything with 11 grams of sugar per serving. Okay. So it makes you like, serving size, 1 bottle, 59 grams of sugar. So one of these is 60 grams of sugar. So it's like...
Yeah, you can't have shit. Literally, if you're on any type of weight loss journey, anything that has high fructose corn syrup in it is your fucking enemy.
That's some shit I really just never paid attention to. And it's like...
it's in everything.
They'll literally market it to you like, oh, wheat bread. It's better for you. If that shit got high fructose corn syrup, you might as well just get the white bread. Yeah. And it's like, you've got to get Nature's Own or Sara Lee. Whole grain wheat bread. And it'll tell you on the front, no high fructose corn syrup. So it's like, once you get those shits out of the way, like I bought a Kit Kat the other day. I ate half of it. Like, popped it in half, ate 2, because I think it's 18 grams of sugar, if I'm not mistaken, on a Kit Kat for all 4 bars. So 2 of them is 9 grams. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, all right. And I was saying it the other day, like, I don't get a fuck. I'm not I almost paid motherfucker to give me a donut the other day. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I know when I get the donut, I eat half of it. Right. And I'll eat the other half, because as opposed to me eating 3 or 4 of them like I used to do. Like these, I was down in these like they was shots. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, like I take it serious. I do take it not crazy serious, like to where I'm like a nutcase, but I'm not going through this shit again. I'm not going through a situation where I can't move, I can't jump, I can't. What if a fucking a coyote? I mean, granted, ain't no coyotes probably coming out, but it's like, what if I'm in a situation where a wolf just come out in the middle of the night? I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Get away from the wolf.
Real shit. I gotta jump on something, do something, and it's like my pop. He was cracking up. He's like, you always come up with these wild ass extreme. But I'm like, no, it's real. Like, if a coyote come out and you a nickel, you food.
It's over.
He calling the other coyotes like, yo, we eating good tonight. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like I said, I breathe better. I don't take blood pressure medicine anymore. I went and got my echo. My heart is beating normal again.
Damn.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, because I thought that was going to be some shit I had to live with.
Yeah.
And the doctor was like, no, your body was literally just shutting down. Like you watch 600 Pound Life with Dr. Nazario, and you ever watch it?
Yeah.
He be snapping, you need to lose weight. He be going the fuck crazy. And he be like, your body is breaking down. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
Your liver will eventually give out. Your lungs will start. And it's just like, nah, like that shit is real. Like that's where that heart issue came from. Like I was carrying too much weight and wasn't active enough and all of that shit. So amongst all the bullshit and whatever gets said, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm in a better space.
Gotcha.
I'm in a better space. Mentally, emotionally, physically, it's not even fucking close. So anybody that want to rap, holla at me. You know what I'm saying? If you want me to go with you when you decide you just want to do it, if you just want to work out, I'm at the gym. I'm at the gym every motherfucking day. And it's just like, I get it because I at one point was a 500 pounds and didn't have a clue as to what the fuck I was going to do. And I've seen people at my job who were overweight. They might not have been 500 pounds, but they was overweight and was like, I'm going to just go get the bypass. And it'd be like, all right, and then what?
Don't have a plan. Yeah.
Don't have a goal. Don't have a plan. Don't have any motherfucking way of like trying to lay it out to where it's like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, you know. And I'm a little bit blessed because I got a strong team behind me.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Lee mom had it, you know, and she's like a super success. She had this shit a couple years ago. My man, Ro, he had this shit. Ro had it like 7 years ago. Ro bought a Versace belt the other day. I said, oh, man.
It's on and popping.
It's on out here. But he take the shit serious. And it's like, you can't just do it and then just go back to eating a pizza. You know, like, you just can't. And it's crazy of just the mental illness that comes with that shit. The surgeon was telling me how, because you can't eat the day before the surgery. Like, you can't eat any motherfucking thing. Yeah. They started doing one lady's surgery and had to stop because she had pizza in her stomach.
Wow.
Like, you coming in for a weight loss surgery, she said it was a shit ton of pizza in her stomach. And she like, oh, I didn't have nothing. And he like, bitch.
I'm looking at it.
We opened your shit up. We seen that shit because basically what it is the diet, the couple months before when they make you do the 6 or the 3 month diet, but the 2 week before the surgery, John, that shit is so insane because basically when you're overweight, your liver, you got like fatty liver disease. So your liver is like 2 times the size it's supposed to be. So they need to shrink your liver so they can get to your stomach.
Gotcha.
That's why you got to do the diet. So when they open you up and see your liver still huge and your stomach is not empty, it's like, the fuck was
Why you here?
He said they had one situation where they went in, her shit was it was a little big, but they was like, it wasn't him, it was somebody else. Somebody he was saying he knew who did it in Illinois.
Yeah.
Her liver split in half.
Whoa.
During the surgery. Yeah, said she was in the hospital for like 2 years. Like, that shit is real, dog. Like, that shit ain't jokes. Like, all the chicks who run and go get their stomachs done and their asses done, you can die from that shit. You know, like, it's a surgery. You going to sleep. So the anesthesiologist and shit better know what the fuck she doing. You know what I mean? But yeah, you can dead ass check from one of them type situations. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's real. And
so let me ask you something. How small would you be willing to go?
What you mean?
Like how much over, like would you like 250, 225? Like how far down would you go to where you'd be like, all right, losing too much motherfucking weight here?
They told me my goal, my target weight was 275.
Okay.
They said my goal I should shoot for is 250. Realistically, the doctor told me, if you lose 200, that's like, because he was like, I've done this on people and they don't lose that.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, I have people, he's like, I have one guy who like, he was 600 and like the smallest he got down to was like 405, which is a vast improvement for where he was at.
Right. But you still north of 400. Right.
You know what I mean? So he was just like, you lose 2, you crushed it.
Yeah.
You hit the 275, you're the man. He's like, you hit 250, you might end up on Ellen. Because he was like, people just don't.
Yeah.
And he's like, people think it's like, have weight loss surgery, look like Tyson Beckford. No.
Yeah, it's a bunch of steps in between.
No,
that,
it's just not
it's
realistic.
a bunch of steps in between that people be skipping.
Exactly. So for me, I 250 seems nuts because I don't even know what it would look like.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the last time I weighed 250 might have been like 9th grade, maybe.
Yeah.
So 8th grade, maybe. Like, so I really don't know what. I mean, I could see out in the world what a 6'1", 250 person, but I don't know what I'd look like at 250. Me personally, I think I look cool. I mean, everybody tells the hose is tripping. Like, I feel like I look cool, but at the end of the day, I'm still overweight.
Yeah.
My vitals are a lot better. My blood pressure is perfect. Like I said, my heart is chilling right now. But at the end of the day, it's like I know I could do more, and I want to do more. Like I said, and I'm working out and doing my shit. I'm getting back with my trainer this weekend. Shout out to Leonard. So I told you my 2 goals I have is to hit 200 and then to get under 3. So when I hit those, then it's like,
now it's time to make new goals.
And then a lot of people will hit me, ask me about the skin. I don't really have a crazy skin issue. There's going to be some when you lose 250 pounds. Some people have it worse than others. One thing I can tell you that I did reading on was protein and toning exercises. Like turning your fat into muscle because the muscle will make your shit almost like grab itself. So, and then making sure you get enough protein. After the surgery, you can't really eat. So they want you to do protein shakes. I started doing protein waters because the protein shakes with the milk and shit, it was just too much.
Your stomach,
So they got protein waters. They're expensive. So this shit can cost money. And like everybody know, eating better costs more money than eating terrible. So I started doing protein waters. There's like 40 grams of protein in one of the waters. I was drinking like 4 of them a day. Like 120, 140 grams of protein like every motherfucking day.
Yeah.
And even now, I eat meals, so it's like I make sure I get. They want you to eat protein and then vegetables and then starch because you're not gonna be like last night. I had a piece of chicken and some vegetables, and I didn't even finish. Like I got like 3/4 through the chicken breasts and then like ate most of the vegetables. But it's like it would have been no room for rice or potatoes if the shit was even there because you fill up fast. Right. So I do when I go to the gym. I go to the gym every day and I'll get a protein shake with double protein, like these ones. Like that shit is like fucking 85 grams of protein. So just that on top of what I eat, I'm probably taking in 130 grams of that shit every day. Yeah. So it's like the only issue I have for me is trouble is my stomach because I always had a big stomach. So it's like that's the one issue where it's like I think I might need a bad bitch surgery. You know what I'm saying? But because I'm never gonna have a 6-pack. Me and Jules talking about it. Like I'm never. I would have to I'd have to do some face-off shit to get a fucking 6-pack. But outside of that, all my old clothes is straight junk. Yeah. Even this is 3X shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit is, everything I had is complete junk. Like I just donated it and I'm just like, it's mad. I'm mad because I got shit that costs money. Like I got polo shirts and throwback jerseys and I can't
do nothing with them,
Joe. What I'm going to do with these? You know what I'm saying? My feet are way more slender, so like I bought dress shoes the other day. Like I slip right in them Jones now. What else is one? My hands. That's the biggest difference. Like I can see the bones and shit in my hands were so fat. Yeah. Like so like I said it on Instagram where like I'll go to like pick my phone up and I'll be like, the fuck, like it almost throw me off looking at my hands sometimes. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's been good. Yeah, like way more pros than cons.
Absolutely,
because that's the way the world works. Is all they can see is you gonna have a skin issue. You and it just be like, how about I'm just gonna be alive?
Yeah, I'm gonna be healthy as fuck and alive.
Let's try that one before we try anything. So I don't want to keep harping on it. We've been talking about it now for a good 40 minutes. But that's, that was where I got, where I'm coming from and where I'm going.
Hey, hell of a story. Like Worldstar said, inspiring.
I mean,
because because it's when you paint the full picture, you see that there is a problem, there's a pre-solution, and then the solution, and then everything that you've done through the whole year and some change or whatever to get to here. It paints the full picture.
Maul asked me a real good question. Shout out to him. Maul said, "You lost weight, eating a little better, basically like just going to the gym and eating a little bit better. You lost weight, and now you've undergone weight loss surgery and everything around that, and you've lost a substantial amount of weight.
Yeah,
you've gotten your health in a way better standing. Which one of those do you think is harder?" I'm like, the weight loss surgery. He was like, really? Like, it's a surgery so that you lose weight. I'm like, the weight loss surgery. And he was like, you're serious? And I'm like, the weight loss surgery.
Right.
And he was like, why? And I'm like, because you have to be able to look in the mirror and figure out what the fuck is my problem. I ain't had to do that, dog. Like, you got to pay attention to a lot more when you do this.
Right.
So, like, you eating better. You went to go, I'm going to get a Japanese bowl. I'm going to drink some water. Tomorrow, you could eat better. What's Tuesday? You could eat better. You can go to the gym Tuesday, Wednesday, all that. Friday night, you know what you can say that I can't say? I'm going to have a cheat day. I can't have one.
Right. Ain't no cheat days.
Ain't no cheat day. I'm going to the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
They taking me out of the
like we go to have a cheat day, drop me off in Misericordia. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if Misericordia is still open, but drop me off there. That's the difference. Where it's like, when you do that, you really don't have to think. Me, I got to pay attention to every single thing I ingest. Do you know I can't have Bayer or Aleve or Advil?
Fuck.
Right. See how you didn't know that? You know why? Because it's aspirin, ibuprofen.
Yeah.
You can't have it because that shit causes ulcers. Your stomach is lined different now.
Right.
So when I have a issue, I can take Tylenol or what's the one everybody takes for the headaches? Chaz, now listen, what is it, Taylor? What's the one everybody takes for the headaches?
Tylenol?
Tylenol and
Midol?
no, Excedrin.
Oh, Excedrin.
Because-
I have Excedrin. Holy shit.
Because those are acetaminophen.
Yeah.
And like you can't have ibuprofens. You gotta watch your sugar content. It's a lot of shit. You just, somebody asked me the other day, what's the biggest con to the surgery? I'm like, for me, it's the going to the bad, like the farting and shit. Like before you fart, it's like whatever. You fart now, you will clear out. I don't know what they do. They take out your catalytic converter or what the fuck is going on. You running straight pipes, dog. That shit is nuts. And I started taking, like, it's this shit called Devron. You take that shit and it kind of like curve it a little bit.
Yeah.
Better. Like, you know how when you fart, it don't bother you. You know, motherfuckers like, man, we fart. You sitting there like, it don't fuck with you. You fart, you like.
You discuss it
the
like,
fuck is going Yeah, no, that shit is real. But, like that, after the surgery, you like go through a series of like constipation and shit like that. And you go get this shit. It's called oral magnesium citrate.
I've heard of that.
It comes in a little glass bottle. It tastes pretty good. You know what I'm saying? If the shit didn't make you go to the bathroom, it wouldn't be a bad drink. But yo, you drink that, I'm talking about completely clean. Like it's insane.
Yeah.
So you like, people don't realize this. They take your stomach, which has expanded over the years, to like be like the size of a football, and they make that shit the size of an egg. So it's essentially giving you a stomach of like a toddler.
Yeah. You
know how like you go get a toddler a four-piece. Like we was at McDonald's one day. I was like, yeah, let me get the 4-piece nuggets. And my homie started cracking up. He's like, the fuck you gonna do with that? I'm like, barely make it, nigga.
Might not finish this
I'm barely make it. And he like, damn, for real? I'm like, yeah, nigga. Like, them 20 nugget days are over.
Yeah.
Like done. Finito. I was in Chick-fil-A a couple weeks ago. I got an 8-piece nugget and a small fry, right? I ate like 4 of them, had a couple of the fries, and I threw the rest of the shit out.
Yeah.
And I was saying to myself, like, I could have never done that 5 years ago. Like, just had 4 or 5 nuggets and a couple fries, and like, it used to trip me out. Like, I was so fat-minded. I would see people like have massive amounts of food on a plate, and like they be paying for their check. I'd be like, you didn't finish that shit. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Pass off.
Not pass, but just because I could finish my plate.
Yeah.
No matter where I was at, I could finish this shit. And now I be we went to Carrabba's the other day, and we got the appetizer, the calamari, and I got a lasagna. We eating the calamari. I had a little bit of calamari. I had like, they give you the bread with that little oil shit. Yeah. I had like 2 pieces of that. I'm like, whew, yeah, I'm full. I'm like, so I told the lady, I'm like, can we get the check? And she was like, well, your entree's about to come out. I'm like, God damn, we did. We did order fucking whole meals and shit. I said, you put mine in a plastic.
Definitely not eating my shit to the bar.
Touching that shit. You can put that in plastic. I get the fuck out of here. But no, she was like, well, your meal comes with a salad. I'm like, put that in some plastic. All that shit. Leave it out. But that shit is real because you can't pack it away. But the funny thing was, I was in Chick-fil-A when I was ordering a joint. Chick-fil-A got 30 nuggets now.
They do?
Yeah, right? They got a 30 nugget. It's like 12. It's either $12 or $13, but it's 30 nuggets. And the joint up there, and I was, no bullshit, I saw it, and I was like, who the fuck is eating 30 nuggets at one time?
You're like old me.
And no, but this is exactly what I did. Because I said it, I was like, who the fuck is eating 30 nuggets at one time? Yeah, I thought about it. I was like, yeah, I could have knocked off 30 of them things at one point. But
that's like a challenge, like 30 nuggets. You talking crazy to me, Chick-fil-A?
But what it do is, that was the story I was trying to tell. It make you eat a serving. Like what a serving is. It was funny because when I went back to work, I'm bringing food with me. I first got on tuna. Because you eating whipped, pureed food. Tuna is real cool because it passes through easily. I tried beef stew, threw that up. I'm like, I ain't ready for tough beef, you know what I'm saying? So I was fucking with tuna. So I bring a little bit of tuna, and me, I could eat a tub of tuna with a pack of crackers back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, no bullshit, crack the tuna open, crack the crackers. I ate like 4 or 5 crackers with some tuna. And I mean, I was like,
it's almost over.
I mean, like I'm leaning over and I'm sitting on the bus. And
dial the 9-1 and just wait to press the last one.
The shit say I'm supposed to leave in a minute. And I'm sitting there like, we ain't leaving in a minute, dogs. I'm just sitting there. So then I picked the crackers box up and look, you know what a serving size is of crackers? 5. And I'm like, I never in my life could eat 5 crackers at one. Like I'd eat 25 just on some bullshit. You know what I mean? And that's what it do. But yeah, like I said, I'm pleased with the decision.
And that's all that matters.
Because of everything that surrounds it. Like, like I said, I'm not trying to be a sex symbol. I'm not trying to be popping in, like, so that shit. And also, one thing I had to express to people who kept hitting me, like the trainer, I'm not trying to sell shit.
Right.
And I had to, like, that's one thing I wanted to get across today. I'm not trying to, like, people like say this shit to me and joke, and I understand it when you have a certain platform. You can do certain, all these bitches that sell y'all weight loss tea, they don't drink tea. They're not drinking that shit. They're not. They're having surgery and they selling you tea.
Drinking Henny.
And drinking Henny. Straight rock. But I'm not selling shit. I'm not trying to be a trainer. My homie the other day was like, I seen a picture of you on World Star and shit. God damn, dog, you when you gonna start your classes and shit? And I'm like, you ain't seen me with an ask me how button on, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what I just was posting a picture about like I've done every fucking couple months, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't that. I don't know how the shit went dumb viral like that. That shit went super viral, and I've never seen anything like and I go viral a lot. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to talk shit, but I do. So it's like I never seen shit like that to where it's like actual athletes was hit. Like Kevin Durant was like, I fucks with this. And I'm just like, this nigga's a world class athlete. Like what? But it's like I've never seen that. Yeah. But like I explained to you and Carl, I wasn't trying to do that also. So it's just just happened. It just happened. So and like I said the other day on Twitter, if one person sees it or decides, yo, I'm a try to get I'm telling you, at one point I was 500 pounds. I had every fucking ailment you could think of as far as being overweight. The only thing I didn't have was full-blown diabetes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was it. Thank God, because you really can't get away from that once you Clint. When we do the actual health episode, I'm definitely gonna get Clint.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got a bunch of people that hit me up about wanting to be on the health episode
because Clint actually found out he had diabetes, and that was the thing that made him like get on some serious shit about weight loss. And I had it. I had pre-diabetic, sleep apnea, the heart condition, all that shit, and I don't have those issues now.
Right.
And you know the weight is coming off, and I'm slowly keeping it. You know. I still got a pretzel. It's funny because I'll go get a pretzel just because of the middle. You know what I'm saying? And I'll pay, I gave you the shit last week. But I just watch what I eat, watch what I drink, and go to the gym.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's what's up, man. Damn, hell of a story.
Let's get into some nonsense.
Yes, we got about an hour worth of nonsense that we can run off for y'all.
It's been a nonsense packed week. You know what I'm saying? When I sat and thought about it the other day, can we start with my favorite shit of the week, dog? This nigga, the Empire Bull.
Jussie?
Yo.
Listen, that shit got more twists and turns than it did an episode of Empire.
Bam. I said this nigga's really living out an Empire, like a Empire script.
You know what the best part of it is?
What?
He won't back down.
He won't just be like, all right.
Like, you ever had a motherfucker just lie to you? And it's like, yo, I got charts, I got data, I got fucking study, I got video recorded footage.
Dog.
And they like, that is not me.
Dog.
Like, I'm telling you.
Somebody posted a joint with him talking to like the reporter, and then the reporter was the bull, the why the fuck you lie? I was cracking the fuck up off of that. But yeah, he said he got, the shit kicked out of him by some MAGA supporters.
Negative 22 degrees.
Right.
He decided, I'm going to hop on the subway and go to a Subway and get me a sandwich. I'm fucking starving.
Right.
I'm worth $1 million, $2 million, whatever the fuck it is. I'm on TV every week for the last 5 fucking years.
Right.
I'm not hopping in the car service.
No.
I'm not getting in the cab.
No lift.
I'm getting on the fucking train, negative 22 degrees, and going to get a sandwich.
Right.
While going to go get said sandwich, I get approached by 2 guys rocking MAGA hats that just so happen to have bleach and a rope and hate gays.
Did you see the picture of Simeon Akeem from Coming to America
Yes,
with the
MAGA hats? And it turns out that it was 2 Nigerian brothers,
Straight Nigerians,
who perpetrated the quote-unquote attack. I'm doing air quotes right now, yo.
Yeah.
That perpetrated the attack. And when the police identified them and brought them in, them niggas was like, yeah, we know this nigga.
Yeah.
We hang out with him every week. I was on the show. This me right here. Like, they showing, like, shit from their film reel. Like, yo, this me right here. Like, this is us in the gym with Jussie. Like,
I'm gonna tell you why it to me it's a serious joint. The causes that he was using,
he ignited
as a platform or a base for this issue. This is a sensitive time for black people going against the racism and all of the bullshit that has come behind the MAGA hat wearing folk of the world.
Yes.
And then on the same token, gay people are still going through their bullshit as far as equality, rights, acceptance, all of that. Then the black gays have their own special agenda and you took all of that shit
and put a big ass cartoon together and rolled it out to the world.
Really, one of my favorite lines. This is some Scooby-Doo shit.
This is some Scooby-Doo bullshit.
This is some Scooby-Doo shit. You on straight nut shit, dog. Like, is getting put off Empire that bad?
Yes. Yes. No homo. He's not trying to go back to sucking regular dicks. Like, it's like, so you mean to tell me I gotta go fuck with a UPS worker now? I gotta go fuck with a nigga with his own plumbing business? You shitting me? No. No, he's not going back to the hood.
When the news broke that it was like all made up, I'm just like, this is awful. That was my first reaction. Like, this is awful.
It crumbles so many agendas at once, like simultaneously.
I was in the gym today, so the TVs it's TVs on the treadmills and shit. So I'm in the back row of the treadmills. The white lady was to the front of me. She was watching Fox News, and they were talking about it on Fox News. They showed the two Nigerian brothers. Then they showed Jussie in the interview. Then they showed the panel, like the Fox News reporters, all white people, and they were like, I couldn't hear them, but they were laughing and shit. And she was just like walking, listening to it. I'm just like, this shit is bad, man. I stand up like, man, this shit is bad.
It's a bad day in black gay nigga history.
I'm like, they going berserk on Fox News, most likely. I said, I know them jokes is flying back because it undermines the whole plight. Everything.
It's dominoes. Everything is just knocked down all at once. Like, boop.
I to myself was like, I bet they on Fox News. Like, you see why we had slavery going on? Like, and that's what it made me feel.
It's always one guy on Fox News that's like, and we should bring slavery back for a week so these motherfuckers can know what it's really like to be oppressed.
It made me feel bad, and it's like, cause I felt bad for like. That's if that shit really happened, that's nut shit. But you've seen real live nut shit pop off out there in the world. You remember Bacham Jean? Remember the boy the cops assaulted with the nightstick?
Yeah.
The nightstick. And you've seen that type of shit happen. So you hear that, and you hear that happen to a young black gay guy who's in the entertainment industry.
Sympathy.
It's just natural for you to be like, man, that's fucked up. Like, motherfuckers is really wilding out here on that MAGA shit. And then the MAGA shit is it's believable. It's plausible because of it's the equivalent of a white girl saying, oh, I tried to snatch her purse. It makes sense when you look at me.
Yeah, he did it.
That look like he done snatched
Seems
her purse.
reasonable.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you use this shit, it makes sense. We get behind, the wildest part is the entertainment industry got behind you.
10 million %.
Dog. That video I commented on earlier, like, yo, delete this, man. Like, they got a joint with, like, everybody talking about it. I'm just like, yo, take this down. And it's like, you undermine all the causes. You undermine the
LGBTQ.
whatever, you undermine that, not whatever, but I don't know letters, but what is it?
LGBTQ.
LGBTQ. You undermine the
LGBTQ.
Yo.
Lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, Q.
I heard BLT. That's how you know I'm still kind of fat.
Still reeling from this.
Still, I'm getting there. LGBTQ community. You undermine the black community. You undermine the black man.
Yes.
Like as hard as it is for us right now, you can't do shit if you're black. It just make everybody look at you like, really, dog.
Like, go away.
Like, really, dog.
Go away forever.
I stopped watching Empire after the first season, but now y'all got to get canceled.
Yo,
just on the strength.
Best joke of this whole joint. Somebody said, "I see why Lucius put him in the trash can."
I don't know why. I saw that and I didn't get it because I started watching the show. But
when he was a little boy and he was wearing his mom's shoes, Lucius came in the crib, put him in the trash can. I said, "I see why Lucius put him in the trash can." I said, "This is out of pocket, but I'm laughing."
Yeah.
These jokes gonna fly right now, bro.
But yeah, Jussie, you're definitely dickhead of the week. It's just dickhead of the day, week.
What Nicki Minaj say on Queen Radio? Oh my God, what is that? It's the something of the week, and it's the most ridiculous
thing.
Shit
she kept giving Travis Scott. I can't think of it.
It's the most ridiculous shit of all time.
It's like Donkey of the Day, but it's not Donkey.
It's way more disrespectful. It's way more disrespectful than Donkey of the Day. Believe that. I'm still waiting on the Grammy Fallout Queen Radio show. She's taking a little long.
All right, I can't find it.
But yeah, she gave him some crazy ass award, and I'm like, yo, Nicki Minaj is the craziest person alive.
Since you brought it up, man.
Speaking of Nicki Minaj,
I was going to talk about the Grammys.
Grammys was ridiculous, per usual. You know what? You want to hear? Can I get on my soapbox for a second? You want to know my biggest problem with the Grammys?
I can tell you. You tell yours, and I'm gonna give mine.
All right, my biggest issue with the Grammys is that they pull the same trick every year, and we only like peep the trick like once out of every 8 years, but we just be like, man, we ain't fucking with the Grammys. But we let them reel us back in every time with viewership, with participation, with people performing at the Grammys, the whole shit. My biggest issue with the Grammys is that they reel in the viewership and the buying audience with all the hip hop shit, and then they turn around and give us no fucking awards that don't have rap or hip hop in the fucking title.
Yeah.
That's my fucking problem. How isn't Drake's God's Plan record of the year? Not hip hop record of the year or song of the year. How isn't that record of the year when it literally broke records? It was on the chart longer than anything else other than some shit he put out. The global impact of the music video in the philanthropic message behind it and all of that. How isn't that song record of the year compared to what I don't even know what the fuck won. Don't even care.
Childish Gambino.
This Is America. Yeah, I'm not rolling.
My problem with This Is America, it was written by a white guy from Sweden. I was just like,
Written by a white guy from Sweden for a black guy
in America. I was like, that shit just spun me
this
for
is
a loop.
This is way too much Robert Downey Jr. in fucking Tropic Thunder.
I personally felt like Drake should have won Record of the Year. If nothing else, God's Plan personified 2018.
Yeah.
It was if not that, In My Feelings was the biggest shit, but that was on some silly shit.
Yeah.
God's Plan was definitely the record of 2018. It's no way around it. I can understand the Childish Gambino play as far as the video, the visual of it, the dancing and shit that came from it, all of that shit. I get it, but no, it wasn't.
But by Grammy criteria, it didn't fucking perform.
No.
It didn't go 12 times platinum like God's Plan did.
Yeah.
It didn't stay at number one on the charts for 18 or 20 weeks like God. So it's like they take their own criterias and just throw them out the window routinely.
The one that really irritated me was Album of the Year, because the album that did win, what Taylor, you got the name of it? It was, huh?
Which one was it?
Grammy's Album of the Year.
Album of the Year. It sounded like Golden Shower, but it wasn't Golden Shower. Golden Hour, some shit like that. I think it was Golden Hour.
Oh, Casey Musgraves.
What's the name of it?
Golden Hour.
Golden Hour. Casey Musgraves. She won Album of the Year. You know the album didn't even debut at number 1? Debuted at number 4.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought that was like nuts.
Listen.
Like you're about to tell me an album that like didn't even hit number 1.
Did it even hit number one in its fucking genre?
That's what I'm saying.
Like fuck number one overall. Did it even hit number one in its genre?
It just doesn't make any logical sense. Like, I didn't understand that one at all. That was the joint that kind of fucked me up.
So Gambino won Record of the Year and Song of the Year.
Yeah.
I've never heard of the best new artist, Dua Lipa. And again, it's not that just because I'm not one of those people that's like, well, if I didn't hear of it, then it's not valid and blah, blah, blah. But guess what? I'm ingrained in music culture on the whole, like not just hip hop and R&B and black music culture. I'm ingrained in all music culture, and I be knowing what the fuck be going on.
Golden Hour debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200 with 49,000 albums sold. It debuted at number 1 on the Americana/folk albums chart.
Okay, so she did do number 1 in her genre.
On the folk chart.
On the folk chart.
Like, we could debut at number 1 on the folk chart. Like, what? Like, and that more so be my thing with the Grammys. Y'all will haul off and tell me, it's like the year that Beck won for Album of the Year.
But Kanye went back and listened to the Beck. He's like, I ain't gonna lie, this Beck shit kind of fire.
It was. I can dig that it being a fire album. I can dig Casey Musgrave album being a great album. I can dig that. But we not doing going back in society or I mean, going back in time for these albums. We're not giving you an award for that. We're giving an award for the album, the record, or the song
that performed,
that did it. That don't make any sense.
Yeah, well, there has to be a sales impact. There has to be a chart impact and a cultural impact.
There has to be that was more so my thing. There has to be an impact on the people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Cardi won because of her impact on the people.
Yes.
Because let's just be real, Cardi's album wasn't the best rap album of the year. It wasn't. It wasn't the best rap album out of that category. It just wasn't.
It wasn't probably the worst rap album out of the category.
I ain't gonna go that far. It wasn't better than Daytona.
It wasn't better than Nipsey Hussle's
It wasn't
album.
better than Nipsey Jones. What were the other two? The Black Panther soundtrack.
Wasn't better than Black Panther soundtrack.
Yeah. But all right, well, we'll use Cardi. Cardi got that award based off of her impact on the culture.
Yes.
That's what y'all are basing it on.
And when you look at historically in the best rap album category, we go by, did you debut number 1? Yes. How long did you stick in the top 5?
Right.
How many number 1 singles did you have off the fucking album? Cardi had like 4 number 1 singles off the fucking. Her and Drake are the only people that had multiple number 1 singles during the course of 2018. Mm-hmm. They're the only fucking ones. So it's like, all right. So when you look at all the Grammy criteria, this is not the BET Awards. This is not some other shit.
I see what you're saying. It's like if y'all gonna give it to Cardi B based off of that, how do you not turn around and then give it to Drake?
And then give it to Drake based off of the same thing. It's like you change your criteria from category to category.
Moving the goalposts.
Yes, every single time. Because it's like, yo, if we give Drake album of the year for Scorpion, even though it checks off all of our boxes, then we got to deal with Kanye and go back and give him one and give Beyonce one, and all, because it acknowledges that we fucked up because we changed the criteria.
The other two were Astro World and Swimming from Mac Miller. For,
and the Mac Miller John was
that was like a sympathy.
Like
John.
we, you know,
and that was
posthumous.
Good album. It ain't better than Cardi shit. Had all slaps on it. Like, call it what it is. It ain't for me, but it had all hits.
Mac
on
Miller's album was like, I can understand it being on there on some posthumous shit.
But you know he ain't winning. You know Mac ain't winning.
It's I can think of 4 albums just off the strength that should have been on there. That one shouldn't have been on there.
Right.
You know, and that ain't me being evil or nasty or any of that. It's
taking
just
an analytical look at the fucking landscape of what music came out and just saying this didn't cut the mustard.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is. But
yeah, Cardi's album's not better than Astro World. It's not better than Nipsey's album. It's not better than Daytona. But you know what it has that all of those albums don't have other than Astro World? Hit fucking records.
Hit records.
Ain't no hits on Nipsey album. I love it. I've gone back and listened to it again. It's a great album. Ain't no hits on Pusha T's album. And me, you, and Rod talked about this shit ad nauseum. Can you have album of the year without a hit on it? No, you can't. Yeah. Because all the smash albums in the history of hip hop that are classics still have a hit on there.
Still on the history of anything.
Still have a hit. Like, as fantastic as Life After Death is, and we all love it and recognize it as the best rap album of all time, there are smash fucking hits on that album that,
like, when you listen
dominated radio.
When you listen to Life After Death, like just a straight listen through, More Money, More Problems doesn't make any fucking sense on the album.
Yeah.
But then when you get to the end of this too, and you're like, I see what he was doing. He did every style of rap song you could do.
Yes.
The party track, the joint with the R&B nigga on the hook, the joint where you rap slow, the joint where you rap fast, the joint where you tell a story.
The most guttery shit of all time is on that album.
He did every song you could do on Life After Death. So it's like, yeah, Hypnotize, Life After Death, they make total fucking sense on the album. But it's like, yeah, even Juicy on the first joint.
And Big Papa.
Nigga was dying the whole album till Juicy came on. Now is, we living good. 5 carats in the baby girl hair. It's like, you gotta have that on the record. So I'm in agreement with that.
Yeah, you can't, like, you just can't have that. So I already knew off rip. Pusha T, love the album. It's not even close.
You had more of an issue with record of the year than I had the issue with album of the year. My biggest thing was, how can you have an album of the year that had no impact on no people who matter as far as entertainment? And that's not a diss towards country or folk music. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, God's Plan is on commercials.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? In My Feelings is on commercials.
Let's look at the country genre just on the whole. Since, like, Garth Brooks and Shania Twain and all. Like they have
Sheryl Crow and all that shit.
It's not impactful anymore. It's not even like a top 4 or 5 genre. Like hip hop is top 5. Remember a couple years ago when they thought EDM was going to finish hip hop and all that shit, and it was popular for 2 years, and now nobody gives a fuck, and them DJs can't even get booked no more. Like, no, they don't care. These same DJs.
What I think DJ AM dying had a lot to do with that. But that's for another day.
But these DJs was just not long ago, 2016.
Because AM was going to take them into like the next atmosphere.
Right.
Of fucking
just
music.
3 years ago, motherfuckers was getting 300, 500, $1 million to DJ.
Wayne was getting 75 to DJ.
Like, he ain't a DJ.
He ain't a DJ. Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck no more. You know why? Because the hit factory is the black music, is hip hop. Even when it comes from white artists, it's still the black music genre that's producing all the hit records that not only hit the chart but stick on the
Little
chart.
John was making millions doing like down south rap heavy bass beats. He was like, wait, I can go get how much doing EDM? Oh, fuck this. I'm running around with LMFAO. And he went over there. Now he like, shit.
Gotta come back.
I gotta get back ingratiated with these niggas in Atlanta. But that was my biggest thing was that
My thing is just my biggest, like I said, my biggest issues is they reel you in with hip hop and they don't reward hip hop for the viewership and the eyes and all of that shit. They do not reward hip hop, despite the fact that hip hop dominates the charts across the streaming chart, the fucking pop chart. Like every chart is hip hop dominated.
My biggest takeaway from the Grammys this year, something that really pissed me off, was the Motown tribute. When they brought Jennifer Lopez, I'm sitting, Lee was like, I wish you could see your face. I was disgusted. During Black History Month.
And you roll,
like, really?
You roll Selena out this motherfucker.
Like, y'all really gonna bring J-Lo? They turned the Motown tribute into her Vegas show.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this ain't it. I don't even gotta speak to Chief for this one.
Right.
I know this shit ain't it.
Matt knows.
I know this ain't it. And I'm like, only the Grammys could do some shit like that.
Yeah.
Only the Grammys could. She was doing Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5 records, Marvin Gaye. I'm just like, yo, this shit is nuts. She put a salsa spin on fucking Jackson 5 records. I'm just like, yeah, like, I'm cool. Honestly, I'm cool off the Grammys. If after the year that we had as far as hip-hop music, we can't get album of the year, like, what's it going to take to get album of the year? How big does a hip-hop... Think about the monster hip-hop records that have come along. I ain't even talking about, like, never mind the shit Drake has done or the shit Kendrick has done or these last Jay-Z albums. Nigga, Kanye put out... 50 had an album that sold 13 million copies and had 10 top 20 records. Do you realize that shit?
Yes.
Many Men, PIMP, Wanksta, In the Club, fucking 21 Questions. That shit had multiple top 20 records.
Was number 1 for like 7 or 8 weeks in a row or some shit like that.
It sold 13 million copies. He didn't even get a nomination.
Yeah.
I'm good on the Grammys. I've never seen anything like it where the biggest album on earth could be a black person and get no love as far as album
because
of the
they
year.
look at it like it's an anomaly and this is not real and it's not sustainable. Then he comes back and he does 10 the next trip and he does 5 on a G Unit album and 4 on the Lloyd
Did you
Banks
watch
debut
50
album.
on DJ Drama on a Shade 4-5?
Yeah.
50 was talking about that shit on there. He's like, when you do 13 million, all the record label cares about is your next album.
Yeah.
And 50 like, I'm too much of a down-ass nigga for my peoples to where I'm like, I'm going to do the G-Unit album. They like, no, you're going to do the 50 album. He like, no, I'm going to do the G-Unit album. He's like, then the G-Unit drop, it do 5. They like, oh, that's cool, but what's up with the 50 album? Like, oh, no, we're going to do the Banks album. The what? Come on. No, we're going to do the Banks album. The Banks album come out, that do 5.
Right.
They like, come on, what's up with the 50 album? No, it's cool, we're going to do the Game album. They like, the who? Like, nigga, we
just
good.
making up niggas at this point.
He like, we do the Game album do 5. They like, what's up with the 50 album? All right, let's do that. The next 50 album do a dime. They like, whew. What you got? What else?
Right.
Like, and it's like, yo, 50 was on that crazy of a yo.
He had the formula, hands
50,
down.
50 really rich too. He was talking crazy on there.
Filthy fucking rich.
Fuck all that 50 broke shit. 50 rich as shit.
Filthy rich.
He was like, I got the billboard. I put my name on it because I paid for this shit. You're not like, this wasn't the label. Dog.
Yeah.
Like, 50 was talking crazy. That was a good interview.
Yeah, he was talking about the BMF project, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that.
And he was just basically like, he said, the project got too big to be a movie because there's too many details because it went on for too long. It's like a lot of people don't realize them boys was rich since
when they were
88.
16. Yeah,
they was rich since 88. And a lot of people just didn't know that. He's like, it's so much to tell. He's like, the Detroit story is a movie before you even get to the
all motherfuckers know is the Tigers in the club. They don't realize like
they see the pinnacle. They don't see the build.
Because he was even saying on there just how much Southwest T mattered in the whole story. Because all they show you is Meech.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm interested to see that. Let me ask this though, because I need to know, because I don't know. What happened with Steve Harvey and Monique? I saw y'all going to town about it. What? Because I was going through a bunch of I was dealing with fame.
So
and shit
I think I might
day.
have a clip. I might be able to play it.
Oh, okay.
But the general basis of it is that basically Steve Harvey and Monique are very good friends. They've known each other for
they did
forever.
the tour together.
They did a tour together. They had some behind the scenes issues or whatever that they argued about, battled about, whatever. And Steve said, I'm willing to bring you on my show to iron out our issues in front of everybody. He has
got like
94
42
shows.
of them.
He
Yeah.
has a daytime talk show now.
Oh, the Steve.
The Steve, exactly.
Is that the name of it? Some
Yes,
shit like
that's
that.
exactly what it is.
The
And he
Steve.
was talking about, and they were talking about the whole issue with her and Lee Daniels and Oprah and Tyler Perry and the Oprah boycott and blah, blah, blah.
I have a 45-second clip.
Oh, play that.
Play
Jay.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, your husband can't be the Sydney that he really is out here.
Let me tell you
They're not
something.
fit, that flexing,
Let me
we
tell
got to
you
flex a
something.
different way. We
Let me-
out here in a game. This the money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game.
It's
This
the
the
money
money
game.
game.
But I'ma
We
tell
in the
you
money
something.
game. And
We're
you
in the
cannot
money game.
sacrifice yourself. The
We
best
are.
thing you can do for
This
poor
why I
people is
love my
not be
brother.
one of them. You cannot
We're in
help
the money
them
game,
all.
but let me tell you what the game is
Cannot
before the
help
money
them
game.
like this.
Before the money game, it's called the integrity game. And we've lost the integrity worrying about the money.
But Mo,
And wait a minute.
if
wait
I
a minute.
crumble,
if you
my
crumble,
children crumble, my grandchildren crumble. I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement.
And
I can see why people were going crazy.
people were going crazy because niggas hear integrity compare versus money and lose their shit. This is why. Now, what I can say is this. I 1,000% agree with Steve Harvey. And I don't agree with Steve Harvey on much. But on this particular issue, I agree with him because you can't come to work, curse your boss out, slap your supervisor, piss in the water cooler, set a trash can on fire, and then be like, oh, by the way, I want a fucking raise, and y'all gonna give me a raise or I'm gonna whoop everybody in her ass. That's not how it works. And the whole thing with Monique is wilding the fuck out. You cursing people out. You went on tour, on a comedy tour, and said, if I had a dick, I would tell Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels to suck my dick. And you went on stage and you said that every night for 30, 40 shows. What am I supposed to do with you at that point? You're done. You're blackballed. You're out of the fucking game. You can't curse me out and then ask for my help. That's not how life works.
I understand that. I think I can, because now I saw this tweet, it said, Monique, I have integrity, and then it was Steve Harvey. If I crumble, my children crumble, my grandchildren crumble, blueberry crumble, rumble in the jungle, bitch be humble, I am a clown. So I saw that, and now that shit makes total sense.
But keep in mind, there's 13 minutes. There's a 13-minute conversation,
I was about to say,
and that's 45
some
seconds.
shit could get taken out of context. I get that, because I went through that last week about the whole Gucci shit. I get that. Monique is a lost cause because just the simple strength. It's like you can't, like, even with the Netflix shit, you can't diss Netflix for not paying you and then be like, so y'all got a check for me? It don't work like
Not how life works.
So I get that aspect of it. I think people was more so on a tip with Steve Harvey, like, you've ascended to this great magical fucking height of fucking media to where it's like, you really don't need to like kowtow to anybody. You know what I'm saying? I think that's more so what people was on.
Right, but I think he misspoke is my biggest thing.
That's what I think it is.
He misspoke in saying the integrity thing and like basically casting integrity aside. What he's saying, if you read between the lines, and the Breakfast Club said the exact same thing, is that you know what the rules of the game are when you sign up to play the Hollywood television and all of that shit game.
Mm-hmm.
You can't then come into the game knowing the rules, get mad at the rules when shit don't go your way, because if and when Netflix would have gave you the 12 or 13 million that you wanted, you wouldn't have been talking about, I need to take this stance for Tiffany Haddish and this, that, and the third. And that's why Tiffany Haddish said, I'm good. You ain't got to do nothing for me. This ain't about me.
Yeah.
Don't use me for your cause, because had you gotten what you wanted, it wouldn't have been nothing to talk about. You would have got your check and got up there and shucked and jived and did whatever the fuck Netflix told you to do for that 12 or 13 million. So I just think that the basis of Monique's argument is disingenuous, because all she cares about is money funneling into her household, which is fine and that's her right. But because she didn't get what she wanted.
Because on the flip side, that's what Steve was saying.
Yeah. If you would have gotten what you wanted, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have nothing to say. And furthermore, to take it a step further, it's 2018 at the time, 19 now. It's nothing stopping Monique from going and standing on a street corner with a fucking camera and a boom mic and shooting a comedy special.
Real talk.
You refuse to invest in yourself, and you keep telling us what people need to give you.
It's
That's
like,
not how this shit works.
It's like Dwayne Wade taking the vet minimum, playing his last year for Miami. And then remember the team was trying to offer him like that money to go to China? It's like, yeah, you can go get the money and do it, but it's like you want to go through these channels. So it's like if you go through these channels,
there's a lot of shit that come with that.
Like Monique's biggest problem is she doesn't realize that like she's washed. You know, and that's not a diss. It just, you get washed. You know what I'm saying? It's life. No one stays at the top forever. And her thing is, she sees the money that Dave Chappelle got, Chris Rock, and she's like, well, they've been at it for longer than me. Shit, how they not washed? And it's like, but these dudes are titans. Yeah. They have a built-in network of people. Like, honestly, I'm not even trying to be funny, and I'm a stand-up comedy nigga. I can't think of a Monique stand-up.
Because there isn't one. There isn't a signature Monique stand-up that exists.
I don't think she has a signature joke. Skinny bitch ass. Like that's about all I can think of is her screaming that. But like Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, even Martin. Martin has like classic signature shit to where it's like Martin can command if he wants to get back out on tour. Martin up $150, so he like, I ain't really doing shit. But if he want to go out there, he can get out. Eddie Griffin has a signature Michael Jackson joke. Like I don't think Monique has a signature joke.
Absolutely not. And furthermore, Monique is just looking at the end result of Dave Chappelle got this money, Chris Rock got this money, not looking at it that Dave Chappelle literally had to rebuild his career from scratch. He was finished. They blackballed him too, like officially. They told him, by the time you land in fucking wherever the fuck you're going, they're going to think you're the craziest crackhead alive and that you turned down all of this money, even though it's a lie. And it was done. And they fucked him around. And he had to start from, where's Scratch? Back here.
Scratch is over there.
He had to start from scratch. And he went and did 500 shows. Small fucking venues, comedy clubs. Like, imagine having the #1 show in the history of a network and you got to go back and do comedy clubs.
Dog, think about this. He won the Grammy the other night for Comedy Album of the Year.
Yeah.
The joint that he won it for, he was on a small stage.
Yes.
Like, he did that on a small stage. Like...
So it's like he went and put that groundwork in, and then the payoff is 2 Netflix specials for $20 million a piece. Right. But it's like you can't ignore the work that goes into that buildup and just say, oh, I should get I shouldn't get what Dave and Chris got, but I should at least get what Amy Schumer got. And it's like, no, Amy Schumer just did 300 fucking comedy shows. And Amy Schumer is a hack and she steals jokes. But she put the fucking work in.
I was going to say, like, Amy Schumer's kind of ass.
She's a hack, but she put the work in. She out there stealing jokes every night on tour.
A fucking hack.
She's awful, and she's not funny.
Yeah.
But she put the work. Monique don't want to put the work in, and you don't want to invest in yourself. How does this work exactly? Yeah. What did you expect was the end result going to be? You want to play the black woman card, and then everybody supposed to rally cry to your feet? And something about the internet is this: those same people that was saying Monique is full of shit and that she's handling this wrong are now saying Steve Harvey's a clown and a coon, and I'm just like, the internet is not to be taken serious. I don't take none of y'all serious, and y'all are fucking morons.
Honestly, I've gotten to that point that with the whole shit, like, you can't listen to the internet.
You can't.
Like, you just can't. Like, I get it. You can have your own thoughts and your own opinions. And me and you, we vary on different topics. Because at times I look at Steve Harvey like he's a complete clown. But I understand what he was saying in, you and me came into this shit around the same time. Me and you been doing this shit a long motherfucking time. A lot of people who did this shit with us didn't even get their payoff. Like, Bernie didn't get his payoff.
No.
Bernie didn't become a star until he was almost 45.
It's almost over.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, Bernie, for all them great, funny-ass years, Bernie didn't get his payoff. Yeah. So it's like, to get the payoff at the end of the day, it sounds wild, but it's like I saw people who like, oh, Steve Harvey a clown. You're going to work tomorrow. And I was saying that shit today to Banks.
Steve Harvey about to go work on one of his 7 TV shows.
I was saying that shit to Banks today. I'm like, I'm at the point now where I'm just over this job. I can't keep doing it. I said this is going to be my last year driving, regardless of what happens with overseas, all that, because getting up and going to a job you can't stand, listening to people who you know you're smarter than, dealing with people you do not like for $30 an hour is it's mental.
Torture.
It's mental illness.
Yeah, it's torture.
It's mental illness. You know what I mean? And people literally go to jobs every day and you spend the bulk of your time at your job.
At work, yeah.
Your time awake is at your job. To go there and be miserable for pennies on the fucking dollar is just nuts. Yeah. It's mental illness, and I'm done with it. I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? Am I saying I'm about to coon myself out for $20 million? Yes. No, I'm joking.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's negotiable.
But Steve Harvey has made the decision, I'm playing this game and I'm going to play it to death. I'm going to host Little Big Shots. I'm going to host America's Got Talent.
Feud.
I'm going to host Family Feud. Nigga, y'all got a cooking show. Nigga, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm hosting all that shit.
I'm hosting all this
because
bullshit.
The thing is, if you're going to play the game, why not play it to its fullest extent?
Monique's issue was she didn't want to play the game and is mad now that the game ain't fucking with her.
Yeah, the game's fucking kicked her out. Like my man Brad says all the time, sometimes you got to take yourself out the game for the game take you out of it. Mm-hmm. And this is one of those moments where it's like, yo, Monique, you used all your technical files, man. You out it. You got to hit the showers. Yeah, like it's over. It's and like, Steve Harvey is a hyper successful person. And looking at what he said, I don't agree with Steve Harvey on much of anything. I don't agree with the fact that he went with Trump and all of that shit. But in this one, and that's what I was explaining to Carl and a couple other people, I'm like, yo, he may be wrong about a lot of shit. He may have cooned himself out and did sucker shit to Bernie Mac and this person and that person. But in this one time, he right than a motherfucker.
That goes back to the Bow Wow shit. Like, yes, Bow Wow's a clown. But with the chick, he was right.
He was right.
Yeah, he was.
Like, he was right. And it's like, in this one instance, he righter than a motherfucker, because you can either decide that you're going to go make your own game and do whatever the fuck you want. When you your own boss, you can tell people, suck my dick, kiss my ass. It's fucking pretzels in the fucking break room. Oh yeah, I coughed on them. You can do whatever the fuck you want when it's your situation, because people can either decide that they're going to deal with it or not deal with it, because you are manifesting your own destiny. But when you rely on the ability to get a paycheck, You got to play by people's rules.
Like, I be wanting to tell supervisors a lot, yo, get the fuck out of my face.
You're not gonna have a job.
But I you know,
You're kind of gonna be like, what am I doing? What's my next move?
Right.
Before you're ready. Now, if you ready to make the next move, you tell a motherfucker anything. You come to work late. You fucking miss your bus routes. You skip over people's stops. You do whatever the fuck
like
you want.
Monique went on a rampage. She went on an all-out assault on like
Titans
Yeah.
of the entertainment industry.
Yeah. You don't just diss Oprah and it's good.
Like titans. Like, here's the thing, right? These people control not only the Hollywood game. Tyler Perry has his own game set up away from Hollywood.
Tyler Perry's a perfect example. Tyler Perry said when he came out with the Madea shit, they was doing the plays and all of that, and he went to these networks, to these the movie houses,
studios
and the movie houses, and they was just like, nah, we cool. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
so
Chief.
he was like, yo, I got funding together for the first Madea joint, The Diary of a Mad Black Woman. He's like, we shot it ourselves against a budget, and that shit made $20 million. And it was like, oh shit.
Now I'm in the game.
I'm gonna open my own studio. Next thing he know, Tyler Perry Studios is worth $400 million. It's like he did it himself.
Yeah.
So it's like y'all can't kill. Like only him has the power to where he now is killing off Madea. This is gonna be the last movie he does Madea in or whatever. But if he wanted to, he could do Madea movies for the next 35 years.
And he gonna have his strong, devout audience that's gonna go see that shit, and he will make 20, 30 M's every time. That's
the way to put a bow on and look at it. It's like if you want to play the game, you gotta play. It makes total sense.
And if you don't, then go invest in yourself and do your own shit. But the fact that you won't even grab a cam and shoot a viral fucking special just lets me know how full of shit you are. Yeah. And you just want a check. Like, and it's fine to want a check, but you making up all these other causes to go with why you want a check. And that's really all it's about is the bread.
Melo shot a 2-pointer. They was like, here go the buyout right here. You know? Like, that's the terms and the conditions right there.
Nigga, we told you dunks and threes, nigga.
Sign that at the bottom. Hey, straight shit. Melo done got like 8 buyouts. Yeah, but that shit is real. You don't want to play the way we want you to play.
You gotta go.
We will pay you to go, but you gotta go. Yeah. I want to talk about the Dame apology.
Oh man,
it looked like he was being held hostage. You remember banned from TV when they would show people getting killed and shit? That's what it looked like.
It looked like, remember like the early 2000s when there was all them videos popping up with the Taliban leaders and shit slicing people's hands off.
That's what I'm talking about. The shit was on banned TV. That's exactly like. What happened?
No, nothing.
I thought the Taliban came in. You scared the shit out of me.
I was like got tangled with his headphones somehow.
But yeah, like that's how the videos would be. It'd be a motherfucker sitting there talking this little piece, and it'd be 2 motherfuckers just standing on the side, not really saying shit. I'm like, yo, this video mad skeevy.
That don't look crazy, man.
Mad creepy. But I will say this. I understand where he's at, if that makes any sense. And I'm gonna tell you why. At least when it comes to Jay, I can't speak on his relationship with Lior. I don't know what that was about.
That was weird.
At least for me, I understood that they hated each other. So I never got the sense that him and Jay hated each other. I got the sense that they basically both came to a fork in the road and had to go separate ways. Yeah. But it's still like, we did some dope shit, so it's going to be a love there. So that's more so where I was at. The Lior shit, whatever. Steve Stout, whatever. I don't understand that. Here's where I'm at with the shit with him and Jay. When you do something as groundbreaking as what they did with Rockefeller, as weird as this may sound, Dr. Dre and Suge Knight might even have a love for each other still at the end of the day because we changed the world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When y'all do that, like Def Jam, Death Row, Bad Boy, Priority, Ruthless, fucking what's Jay Prince and them?
Rap a lot.
Rockefeller is the reason that the rappers got into everything out here. Yeah. And now cars, fucking sneakers, none of this shit move without hip-hop artists. And the reason that shit became to the forefront is because of Dame and Jay having the vision like that Rockefeller can also be Rocka Films, Rocka Wear, Rocka Drinks, Rocka whatever the fuck we want to do.
Travis Scott has the #1 sneaker out right now.
Crazy.
A rapper from Houston has the #1 sneaker in the world.
Yeezy has taken over the motherfucking sneaker game.
Yes.
It's Drake and his OVO. Drake OVO shit didn't even like really drop, but they dropped and are still out. They're through the roof.
Yeah.
All of them. The OVO 12s, the OVO 10s, they're just through the fucking roof. Did you see the purple Cactus Jack 4s?
Yeah.
They're $17,000 right now. The Eminem 4s, the Carhartt 4s, they're $15,000. The blue ones, the ones that
Like
dropped in, they're like the cheapest I saw was $37. The Eminem, the blue 4s, the concert joints,
Yeah, the Encore 4s.
The Encore 4s, they are $37,000, dog. So it's like, yeah, this shit is real. And you look at Jay-Z and 50 Cent with the Reebok deal, and then Jay-Z and Dame with Rockaware, and then Jay-Z and Dame with Armadale, and then the movies. You think about Kevin Hart's first movie was a fucking Rockefeller production.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like they did something that was so historic and so groundbreaking and so pivotal to the entertainment industry as it exists.
Yeah.
I just think there's just always going to be a mutual love and respect there.
Yeah, I definitely
amongst the bullshit. So if Dame could look past it and be like, yeah, I ain't going to front, dog. Like, I miss you. Like, I just miss rapping with. Like,
Yeah.
You remember when Bean shot at Dame in State Property, who he hopping the CL with? They go, the nigga shooting at me, man. He's like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Jay said, kidnap the bitch. like, y'all did too much shit for it to not be there. Now, the Leor, the Stout shit, I can't really speak on.
Yeah, because them niggas are scumbags.
Yeah, whatever.
And it's documented.
But when Dame say, yo, because that's how it be. You act like somebody don't exist. You act like whatever, I don't give a fuck. But then you sit down and you just like, I miss my dog. You know what I'm saying? I can understand where Dame is at. And that especially for Dame being criticized and chastised the way he do for anything, that shit, I tell you, it looked like he was being held hostage, but it take a lot for him to come out and say that about Jay.
Yeah.
That seemed like it takes
Absolutely.
a lot. And I respect
the
it.
fallout from this shit though. Kenyatta Griggs, who was Dame's partner with the Hip Hop Motivation and wrote the Culture Vultures book and all, he's living.
Yeah, Kenyatta was
He
pissed.
said, I'm not fucking with Dame. He said, I still got love for you, all that. He said, but this starts a new chapter in my life. Like, I can't deal with you no more. He said, because you've just devalued the whole Culture Vultures brand by apologizing to fucking Leor. He said, you told me these stories. People corroborated these stories about shit that he's done, and you just threw the shit out the window.
Well, I don't think what I think it is Dame is just making amends with like his.
He's just saying, I forgive everybody.
I forgive everybody, and it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's
he got the TV network coming out. He must know something, and he must know, I'm about to make a boatload of money, and I'm about to be back in these circles again, and I don't want people closing doors on me.
Right.
And I just need to go ahead and just say, I'm sorry to these motherfuckers, no matter how big of scumbags they are. But it's like, bruh, you could have did this shit 7 years ago. But we talk about it all the time. The hardest thing to do is to get out of your own fucking way.
I spoke about it earlier.
He was so steadfast in his mission that he's not realizing, like, I'm closing doors on myself. I'm fucking myself around. I'm going to have to deal with these people. They fucking sucker ass niggas, but they are important power brokers to this industry. And I'm not getting these guys. It's nothing that Damon can say to get these guys fired. So they're going to be where they're going to be.
Yeah.
Like, there's no getting around Leor at YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, there's no getting around Steve Stout when it comes to urban advertising. He's the #1 guy and has been for a decade.
Or trying to get Live Nation shit in pocket and you don't fuck with Jay. Yeah.
It's hard. It's extremely hard because Dame has had all the right ideas. You look at who some of the biggest independent artists are. They all came out of DD172.
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa, Currency, Smoke DZA. Like, the biggest independent artists in the universe all came out of that DD172 system.
Right.
Cootie and Chike, which was shooting videos of Kanye and all that shit, they're doing TV shows now.
Yeah.
They came out of DD172.
Dame put Kevin Hart on.
Like, he's a cultural, like, Kevin Hart is a cultural icon. He's the #1 comedic actor, and he's starting to do other shit. Now, not to say that every piece of product he puts out is stellar.
Yeah.
That's another conversation, but he's the top dog.
He's the pinnacle.
The way Eddie Murphy was the top dog and everything was about him, it's the same way with Kev. And
Have movies do crazy. Like Jumanji did 900 million.
like it's nuts.
Like, dog. I mean, granted, The Rock was in that too, so it's like whatever. But still, it's like
You still get to check that. You know what I'm saying? Just like Floyd said, I fought De La Hoya, most pay-per-view buys in history. I get that W because I won the fight.
how do you feel about Floyd's Gucci situation?
I think that
Me personally, I think T.I. is losing it, but
we talked about it last show. What the fuck is a 90-day boycott supposed to do?
I'm gonna say this, and going back into when I really sit and think about it, I'm upset with Gucci because of the simple fact that y'all know better than this shit. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying?
But they don't.
I get it.
I think that they don't. I think they legitimately don't.
I said it last week. Y'all a racist company because all you companies are racist.
Yeah.
I get that. You know what I mean? But in 2019, you just got to make better decisions. When it comes to the shit you say, the shit you do, the shit you put out there, we get it. The clothes for Gucci, I saw that article the other day. Gucci doesn't even make money off of their clothes. Did you know that?
It's a loss leader. The shit costs too much to produce.
People might not even realize that. It fucked me up a little bit. Gucci does not make money off of their clothes. Their money comes from the bags, the perfume, and
the accessories.
All of that shit.
Their clothing is called a loss leader. It's something that you use to reel people in
as a brand.
to sell them something else.
Exactly. So it's like I started thinking about like Gucci Gang. Like they don't give a fuck about Lil Pump screaming Gucci Gang or like Soulja Boy with the fucked up Gucci headband
or the Gucci tattoo on his forehead.
Yeah, they're literally like, yo, take that off. Like don't wear nothing. You know what I mean?
Like, can you not? can you take what you're doing and not do it?
Can you take what you're doing and not do that? Yeah. But they don't make money off their clothes. So I understand that aspect of it from it. They're making money on all the other shit. But at the end of the day, y'all are putting this shit out there and it's getting seen. So I feel like you have a responsibility in 2019 to just, like the Jussie shit, to just not be messy when it comes to racial, sexual orientation. All of that shit just shouldn't even come into play. So when you put the sweater on and you see the big lips, somebody's supposed to be like, you know what?
That's the thing. That's why I said
we got other sweaters.
That's why I said they don't know because they're so so insulated in what they're doing that there's nobody in the room to be like, y'all niggas bugging.
I was on the same tip with you, but that's where when it come down to like y'all got fucking Dapper Dan over there. Somebody gotta be like, yo.
But no, you know what it is though? Like installation. Dapper Dan is doing the Dapper Dan shit with the creative director. We over here doing this other shit, and they got probably 70 different designers that's all pitching they shit to the creative director trying to get seen.
And I ain't even gonna say somebody's supposed to be like, yo, no, just somebody's supposed to be like, yo, I think we could put out one of the other sweaters. Let's just put this one on the back burner.
It's 44 other sweaters. Yeah. This ain't the one.
Now, Floyd went on his whole little rant about knowing Dapper Dan and still supporting Gucci. And then you saw yesterday, even at the All-Star weekend, Joel showed up with a Gucci hoodie. They pissed at Joel right now. Giannis,
for other
reasons. Giannis, his girlfriend isn't white. She's Brazilian. A lot of people don't know that. But they went off the other day. Damn, really? You African? Where's your African queen? And this, that, and the third. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, I hear all of that. But Joel did just sign like $125.
No, 143.
143. A Brazilian supermodel makes sense.
That's like the minimum.
I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like when I saw it, I wasn't like, the fuck is wrong with him? I was just like, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, you a young nigga, you up $150, you know.
Yeah. And furthermore,
me personally, I don't think she's that nice looking.
And furthermore, the black chicks wasn't paying Joel no mind. He was in recess every night on his rookie deal with flip flops and a hoodie on and shorts, and nobody didn't give a. He's 7'3". You can see the motherfucker from anywhere. Nobody cared. They was like, oh, that's Joel. Who the fuck is Joel? Fuck him. Where the drug dealers at? Like the black chicks wasn't interested in Joel. Like let's keep it tall. Like it's selective, and that's what the internet has become: selective outrage. It's like this nigga all-star, a repeat all-star, no doubt. This nigga $150 million contract. You got a white bitch? Actually, I got a Brazilian. You got a white bitch? Like, you didn't even get an Afro Brazilian chick? You got a white Brazilian chick?
But he showed up with a Gucci hoodie. Giannis Antetokounmpo showed up with a Gucci hoodie. And Floyd did his whole little Gucci rant. And T.I. hauled off and dropped a diss record to Floyd. And I said it the other day. I'm like, listen, man, I love T.I., but T.I. got to end this shit with Floyd. Like,
this is round 82 of this shit.
If there's a guy who slept with your wife, while she was your wife,
correct.
This guy has $983 million more dollars than you, and he has 21 belts across 5 different divisions in fisticuffs. It's really no wins, and I love T.I., but it's just
love him to death.
It's just I get why you don't like Floyd. I get it. So anything Floyd does irritates the fuck out of you. Yeah. I get it.
Nigga, fuck your queen.
But you gotta leave him alone. Cause the nigga posted pictures talking about, yeah, I'm ready to fight this nigga.
Don't set it up.
And here go the crazy part. This is why I know I'm not supposed to be talking to some of y'all. Motherfuckers at my job seen that shit on Facebook. You know what a nigga said at the table?
I like T.I.
He was like, this what he said. He was like, that shit'd be a funny ass fight. I'm like, what would be funny about it? He's like, I'm saying like they both like the same size, and I'm just like,
oh, you serious?
Floyd is a world class. You know how
his hands are registered as weapons.
I'm like, he was like, this what he said to me. He was like, so you don't think T.I. stand no shot? Like just being angry as shit? I'm just like, do you understand?
He beats people up for a living.
I'm like, you know how I know T.I. can't beat Floyd in a fight? He was like, how? I'm like, Canelo couldn't beat him. Shane Mosley couldn't beat him.
Like these niggas fight for a living and they couldn't beat him.
Oscar De La Hoya couldn't beat him.
Diego Corrales,
Luis Castillo, Juan Manuel Marquez, Marcos Maidana, Zab Judah. They couldn't beat him.
The list goes on.
Victor Ortiz.
The best MMA fighter in the world couldn't beat him.
Manny Pacquiao.
like I have more of these.
They couldn't beat Floyd Mayweather in a fight.
Arturo Gatti.
Ricky Hatton. They couldn't beat him in a fight.
And you like a nigga from Zone 6.
It's essentially like saying, yeah, I mean, 50 in shape, so he probably could fight Tyson. Like, no, what? Like, I really had that conversation with a nigga the other day. He was telling me how, yeah, like, T.I. ain't
gotta stop talking to people.
Yo, real shit. I'm like, Floyd is a world
gotta stop talking to everybody.
Like, this nigga has 20. Do you realize there are only 4 people on the planet who have won a belt in 5 different divisions?
Yeah, and he's one of them.
4 people.
Like him, Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Evander Holyfield, Sugar Ray Leonard. In fact, no, I think Evander won 4 different classes. Cruiserweight, light cruiserweight, heavyweight. Yeah, Evander got 4.
Yeah.
I don't know who the other person is. I'm going to look that up real quick. Because there's not many.
We being flagged off. I don't think we have time.
Oh, let me just pull that up real quick.
But yeah, talking to people for the rest of 2019 is going to be a challenge. Really had to consider stop speaking to you people, man. If you think a nigga that rap for a living can beat up a person that fight for a living in a fight, you got another thing coming.
Thomas Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, and Manny Pacquiao. Those are the only 5. Evander has a belt in 4 different weight classes. So there you have it. Like, you got they call it quintuple champions. Like, you really got T.I. taking him in a fist fight? Y'all are fucking tripping. But
T.I. only shot is to hit him over the head with an anvil. That's like the only shot.
What's them pans you can take off the stove and put right in the oven?
Cast iron Joe.
One of them motherfuckers. That's it.
If the frying pan don't say Acme and Co on it, he don't stand a fucking chance.
Yo, nigga said he the same size as Floyd.
I can see. I mean, it'll be a good matchup.
What's the big nigga used to fight in the backyards? He died.
Kimbo.
I'm the same size as Kimbo.
Shit not gonna end well.
That nigga. I'm tripping.
We gotta strengthen up the criterias for the rest of 19.
Oh, he the same size as Floyd. Like, so the fuck what?
And then what? Holy shit balls.
Yo, 2 Chainz the same size as fucking Devin Booker. They gonna get crossed out his boots.
Out his brunch boots.
Hey, 1 more minute. How bad was All-Star Saturday night?
It was pretty bad.
The 3-point contest was live.
Yo, dude looked like he looked like Taylor won the joint. Like he just showed up.
He did.
He showed up and beat Steph. Like
That's why I liked it, because he got you. Oh, Ra had a nice bet on that yesterday.
Did he?
Plus 570 for Joe Harris to win
Holy
this
shit.
Yeah, I'm like, when he told me, he was like, yeah, because he sent me the slip. Like, I'm like, you at Parks? He like, nah, I had some old backdoor shit. But I'm like, wait, because I'm like, you're betting on who win this? He was like, yeah. And I got the boy Collins in the dunk contest. But he's like, I ain't put that shit in. I'm like, oh, Rock crazy as shit. But yeah, he had Joe Harris to win the joint.
oh, man, shout out to Rod. Rod don't lose.
The dunk contest was John Collins, I don't fuck with at all anymore.
Yo, he kicked the fucking plane.
This nigga brought out the last 5 living Tuskegee Airmen, put on a fucking flight cap, goggles, and a scarf, and
the
then
plane.
broke the fucking plane during Black History Month. I'm cool on John Collins for the rest of my life. Dennis Smith Jr., I do not understand why people... He has the most bunnies ever in life for someone who can't actually dunk a basketball. I've never... even I watched him because he was on the Mavericks right before he got traded when we just went to the game in Charlotte. Even in the warm-ups, like, how they do the layup lines,
dunks.
he was throwing shit, jumping, taking through his legs, dong, and just get back in the line. I'm like, yo, this nigga can't
gotta
dunk.
get back out there.
He physically cannot dunk. I don't know if his hands is too small to grip the ball, but he cannot dunk.
Nigga better petition the league about wearing gloves.
I said this shit. I'm like, he might as well just go be a fucking high jumper or something in the Olympics. He cannot dunk. This shit is crazy. I've never seen a dunk contest that bad.
Easy decision for Mark Cuban. Luka or the boy that can't dunk.
Him missing all them dunks. John Collins with that plane. I don't even understand that shit. It just was bad.
The plane was out of pocket.
It was bad. It was awful. The NBA, Ross said it best. It's like the NBA needs to straight in the dunk contest. Y'all need to let D-League niggas come out there and play Roughhouse to 21, and whoever wins get a 10-day contract. That shit would be way more entertaining than that bullshit they put out there. I'd watch D-League niggas play rough for a 10-day contract. Niggas be out there on some straight. What's the Adam Sandler movie? With Chris Rock and them.
Longest Yard.
Longest Yard. You remember Michael Irvin and them? Like, they be out there balling like that. I don't want to watch a dunk contest ever again.
Holy
that
shit.
was terrible. But tonight, we got the All-Star game. Who you like? Team LeBron, Team Giannis?
Team LeBron's gonna smoke Team Giannis.
Team Giannis got the length, and they got shooters. So that's why I like them.
I think Team LeBron's gonna play bully ball. He's gonna beat the shit out of them.
LeBron got everybody he trying to bring to the Lakers next year, so we should see how this shit works.
See that picture of LeBron and Anthony Davis? That
Funny
picture
as
funny as shit.
It was a picture of Anthony Davis and Antonio Brown from the Steelers, and it was like this photo just requested a trade. I was cracking the fuck up. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll be back here next week. Next week we'll do 2:00 again. That'll be the last week of it.
Smooth.
And then my new schedule starts. So, anything you want to plug?
I ain't got nothing to plug right now. We got a bunch of shit going on in March. I'll plug that next show.
Cool.
Make sure y'all go. I need y'all help, man. Make sure y'all go and sign up for your free 14-day trial for the Beachbody On Demand.
Oh, yeah.
I was told that our numbers are not where they need to be. Mark has been on my ass all week about it. Text TRPE to 303030. That's TRPE. Text that to 303030. Get your free 14-day trial. It's like 800-something workouts on there. You get a free 14-day trial. You can do the shit right off of your phone, set it up to your TV, whatever you want. Sign up for Beachbody On Demand, please. Thank you.
Yeah, we're trying to keep these checks coming.
Yes.
We out.
Peace.